Welcome back, builders. We're here with some more Ostranauts, and we have a singular goal today. I really want to do a ship flip. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to continue the series as is. I have learned a ton this time around, and that's kind of the penultimate thing I want to finish up this time. Not to say that we definitely won't be playing some more Ostranauts in the future. They have a pretty big patch on the coming down the pipe, so we're definitely going to return when that drops. But for now, our main goal is to get that ship flip. So right now, both my characters here really need to sleep. So we're going to let them do that. Pay off anything I owe. Close these. I'm going to be a little rusty here. We have not been in Ostranauts for, I think, a little over a week. So definitely going to take some time to get readjusted. Let's go ahead and we'll fast forward here. I want the full time go. They should both be sleeping because that's what I have them set up to do. We'll pay any fees so we don't get a late fee. And how are we looking? We're both very hungry. Let me flip over. We are somewhat well rested, but we definitely could use some more. So let's do that. So I would like you to go purchase some food over here. And we will have June go use the restroom. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a second long sleep. I want to be really rested because, like I said, we are going to strongly attempt to make a flip here. All right, June, trade. I would like, let's get the, we're going to go right back to sleep. We'll just grab 2 of these. You can grab those, except you can't do it because you are poor. All right, well, you go use the bathroom too, and then June will have to buy the food. So I'll head on that way. I don't know why I can't reach there. What's going on? All right, you figured it out. Use the bathroom. June, are you good now? You are not good now. Use the bathroom, June. They're gonna fight me the whole way because they're on sleep time. Okay, fine. You're not on your own time. Oh, maybe it's because we are in untime or whatever it's called. There we go. All right. Yes, do what you need to do, June. All right, you good to go? You're good to go. Okay, finish your work. Let me know if the mic sounds okay. I had a foobar the other day where we had the mic muted and YouTube chat decided not to work. So there's a perfect storm there. Okay, good job, team. You managed to use the bathroom. I'm so proud of you. Head back to quarters. And June, head back here, and we're going to pick up some food. We're going to have a midnight snack, and then we're going to go back to sleep. Like I said, we want to be really rested before we head out of here. June, come over here. Trade. All right, give me 2 of these. Don't send it to my zone, except. Okay, bring that in here. Both absolutely starving. All right, June. Go ahead and eat. Yes, you have to watch me eat. And then take this and set it on the floor. And then you're going to go back to sleep. Okay, and then we are going to eat. And then we're going to go back to, nope, back to sleep. We're going to wait for them to fall asleep, and then we're going to hit the speed button here. Sleep. Okay, perfect. And shouldn't have anything else to pay. Nope. Fast forward. We're going to get 6 hours of sleep. Go. Okay, that was 12 hours of sleep. Everyone should be good to go. Yeah, they're both hungry. We'll deal with that. Head over here. June, also head over there. Head over there, June. Head over here. Okay, this is going to be the great flippening. So what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs, and unless there's just absolutely nothing, we're picking something to try to flip. So hopefully there's some new stuff that's been delivered. We've been not flying for, I don't know, 15 plus hours, I think. All right, we'll get the good stuff here for luck. Accept. All right, and eat. And take this and drop. Take that and eat. Okay, June. We've got some PDAs. Okay, let's take those to the ship. Apparently we got a whole bunch of PDAs. And we'll have Sophia. Looks messy and is stinky. Yeah, okay, well, let's see if there's any water. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This should refill every 24 hours. They should get more water in here. It doesn't make any sense that the station doesn't have water. Inventory. Dispense liquid. Inventory. Does not have any. Inventory. Dispense liquid. Does not have any. Okay. Not going to work there. Head to the ship. I gotta remind myself where we've got liquid, but we have some somewhere. All right, what are these? So we just have 4 different PDAs. And unlock it. Hack it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Hack it. Who's hacking? Okay. I don't know how we got 4 of these. I think we were on a wreck that had a bunch of bodies, like a murder scene or something. If maybe memory serves. Like I said, it's been a hot minute. Okay, we'll do the hacking. Hey, Mr. Content, welcome back. Yeah, we have a pretty singular goal tonight. I really want to flip a ship. So that is the number one thing we're gonna try to do. Okay, we have a drink pouch. I swear we had more than that, though. Didn't we have a bottle? Oh, not that. Yeah, a bottle of water. So go ahead and take a drink. Apparently we need multiple drinks. We are really thirsty. Okay, good to go there. And then freshen up. How much water do we have? We don't know. Flipping between characters isn't going to speed it up, so. Okay, give me the inventory. Okay, we have 5 water left. She is no longer as stinky as she was. June. Same thing. Come over here. Inventory. You. Inventory. Drink. You didn't have the same problem? Oh yeah, we almost are out of pain if we go to actual stats. Look at that. Look at that. We should also see if we need nanites while we're downstairs too, I suppose. That's almost back to starting levels of pain before we had the incident. That's insane. Okay, not stinky anymore. We have 3 water left, which isn't much. Okay, close all that out. All right, June, show more. Okay, we have first aid, so we're good there. Apparently we just have a random pirate sword for some reason, as you do. And we got these PDAs. Let's take care of the PDAs next. So we want files. Keep me. And then these 4. So AAA. We are just going to select all files and take them back up. C7. Oh, 7C, excuse me. Take them. I wish there was just a take all button. Like all for all the PDAs in range or something. Okay, and the last one. Okay. All the files are had. Okay, Sophia. I'm gonna let you do whatever you want for a hot minute. June, step one. Actually, step one. Is there anything on this cart? No, okay, it's green. Step one, we're gonna go sell the PDAs. Back to the treadmill simulator. I mean, I spent more time on the treadmill in here than I have in real life, so take that as you will. All right, zone one. No, care about that. Sell. Oh, right, cartridges. Okay, maybe I do care to open those up and look. Okay, timeout. We actually want that, I think. Nope, we have a tier 3 cartridge. Never mind, we don't want that. Just kidding. Yeah, the fact that our tier 4 broke makes me very sad. I am happy that we couldn't have repaired it, so at least it wasn't like, oh crap, if I had done it, it wouldn't have broke. But still, what a weird thing to break. I've never had my, like, Game Boy cartridge explode while it was in my Game Boy, for example. 35,000. One of these must be worth this one. That tier 3 cartridge. No, it's this one. Okay, never mind. I really want that one. Highlighting its MSRP. All right. Dang it. Let's try again. It's loaded with Bitcoin. I mean, if it was, the files we took off would have the Bitcoin. All right, so which one are you? You're the tier 3. Which one are you? Tier 3. Gas pressure. Inventory. This one. All right, so what do we take out of here then? So I assume that the tier 3 would have damage covered. We could take that one out and put that one in. So now doesn't seem to be doing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything for MSRPs. I'm not sure exactly how that works. All right, well, we're taking it either way. I wish they were files instead of physical cartridges. Okay, zone 1. All right, for realsies this time. Sell. All right, get rid of all that. We're not selling our cutlass. Accept. Okay, second step. We are buying something to flip. Please be something. Just something that we can get. Yeah, Shikami said, built a fusion reactor while I was catching up on the series. I haven't been able to make it to Venus yet, though. Excuse me, I keep trying to inhale my tea. I'm like a fish out of water. I don't think your laptop can handle the processing. That could be. Newtonian physics are kind of pricey on computation. Ah, it's a vision mode. Thank you, Wing Solution. Okay, next. All right, let's see what we got. Give me the shipbroker. All right, please be something. I want to flip something. So we're not going to buy used. What do we have money-wise? 1.2 million. Okay. Derelicts. I mean, we could flip a courier. We almost have the money. Not gonna happen. Gas tug. Now, okay, we also have this last visited thing. Never. Okay, so if we have a last visited, that means we have been there, I assume. Last time we had some discussion about that being broken, but I do see we at least have never been to these. Okay, this looks like... what is that? That's not the survey ship. None of those have the same profile. What is that? I want to say that's a small freighter, perhaps? A CR-43. I don't know what a CR-43. Indie retrofit. We could buy that. They just need bigger time steps. Yep, that could definitely help. Or this thing. It's a Tostado, but that, I mean, that literally looks like that's a sled or something. Or a shuttle pod. 70k out, that's fine. JTX3. Thoughts, team? We want to buy and flip something. This is more than I wanted. I wanted something about 300 to 500,000, but we've been to everything else that's here. That's the same footprint as the one we're looking at. So it is a freighter. It is a freighter. That's the same footprint. It's just turned a different direction. You used to make mini body simulations? Oh no, not the 3-body problem. Mr. Cotton, people said that they retroactively changed the price. So if you go scout it beforehand and it's nice, the price goes up. So you can't really make money doing that unless we're going to do janky stuff. I'm not going to do the janky stuff. So if I'm going to buy it, I need to buy them sight unseen. I mean, I guess we could flip a small thing. That just doesn't seem worth the time, frankly. Yeah, like look at this dumb shuttle pod for 300,000. But I'm sure that's because we've been there. Okay, I'm not seeing people's opinion. Oh, that was a sci-fi reference, Wolf. The 3-body problem is a sci-fi thing. JTX3. Oh, you know, okay. Just making sure. Sometimes my humor, you know. Freighter. So it's really not what I want to flip, if I'm being honest. Most of the freighters we've seen have been relatively banged up, so it probably would need a lot of work. I'm not really feeling this, if I'm being honest. I don't think so. Man, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. But we've just been to literally everything else. You had the opposite? Well, we can test it here. Let's go over there, and if it's in good shape, we'll consider it. So remember, 911,000 is 70 kilometers away. JTX3 is what we're looking for. The JTX3. Exit transit. I definitely am no expert either. I'm just regurgitating what I was told quite strongly when I thought the same thing. We're trying Axe, but the game is not cooperating in the slightest. Okay, 70 kilometers away. Right, head of the ship. All right, Sophia, get into your baby seat. June, go get us fuel and whatnot. In space, no one can hear you flip? I suppose that is true. Alright. Do we have any other fees? Pay selected fees. We paid her 51 credits. There you go. Alright, and then we will go to our signal box. Nope, because the door's not closed. Please close. The signal box, control panel. We will turn off the door. Man, I really love that. Oops. And apparently I do need to turn on the nav console. Okay, it's been like a week, so this is going to be a little painful. So I just hope everyone's prepared. All right, local channel. Okay, lag. Okay, I'm not seeing the JT. That's annoying already. Give me K-lag. We would like clearance. Docking. Okay, a little bit of back. Okay, let's pause. Give me map controls, and I want call sign. Yes. Okay, we are looking for the JT, and it's 70 kilometers away. Okay, that is almost dead 70. And we rotate that way, so that would make a big sense to me. I bet you that's it right there. Main menu. Hail ship. These do not seem to be the right ships. Why are you not giving me that one? It's at 69 something kilometers away. Or maybe it's this one. JBA6 hails JTX3. This is it. This is it. Okay, that is the freighter. Okay, so then give me RCS. Give me back to ship. Okay, and then unpause. Let's go back a little bit. And then let's go to the right a little bit so we don't get drug into the asteroid. All right, bearing. You guys are gonna have to bear with me while I relearn my controls here. This is gonna be really sketch. 30, 20, 10, slow it down. Tap. It was way too much. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Zoom. Yeah, shut up. Okay, burned off the cross, and now we're gonna accelerate. And we're just gonna accelerate up to 100, I think. I feel relatively comfortable at that speed. 11 minutes out. I think we're just gonna stay seated for this. Hyped for the ship flip? We'll see. We'll see. We could barely afford this one if we wanted to flip it. Okay, that's irrelevant, man. It's not even remotely close. You had the best Dom 6 spawn ever as Neefel. Had Jade and Garment Amazons. Wow. And a site for sages. Yeah, sharing seeds, I don't even know if you can do. You have to, like, save the, I think there's a file you can dig out, but the game does not do that very well. It'll be a good test if the price changes. We will see. Can we tug it? I wouldn't bother tugging it. I would fix it in place and have one character fly it back. Oh, I should have... Well, we were going to look first. We have parts on K-Leg. So. Indies and sites changed. Okay, 4X. We are 1 minute out. I may even slow us down once we hit the proxy alarm distance, just because I'm going to be slower. Alright, so let's slow down. Clear. Bombs. Hail ship. Close ship. Uncontrolled. Dock. Good, good. Okay, slow down. We're at 3K out. Go down to like 50. Like I said, I'm going to be rusty here, so... Speed up. Don't touch the controls until you slow down the time. 1K out. We should have a pretty decent docking distance here. Freighters tend to be pretty big. I think the docking distance is like middle of ship to the airlock or something. Slow down some more. Yeah, I think that showed up at about 100. All right, stand up. Give me the control panel. We are going to turn off on the door, off the flight. June. Put on your helmet. Turn on your light in your hand. Sophia, put on your helmet. With a bunch of garbage in your backpack. You also have a bunch of PDFs. How did you manage to do that? Okay, leave those here. All right, what do we got? It's a big boy, which we knew that was going to be the case. Okay, I mean, that looks relatively intact. All right, let's go see what there is to see. Okay, so if we were gonna flip this, I would want to repair this door, not bash it down or uninstall it. So I will do that, and then we'll have to crowbar it because it's gonna be unpowered. Fly that around. I mean, it is a big boy, isn't it? We could afford it. I mean, assuming they didn't change the price on me, I'd have 300K left. And what we would mainly do is we would just salvage enough to keep us flying. Apparently we have noodles sitting on the floor in here too. And we just fly derelict to derelict and pick up parts. Fingers crossed there's no meat. Where's the beef? We did beat the crap out of some meat before. If you beat all the... Well, if you beat the meat tiles until you kill them all, does that unmeat the ship? Or is it like a... like, this is forever tainted? Okay, speaking of meat. Alright. This is gonna be a controversial take. The best way to have a hot dog is barbecued. Top tier. I don't think anyone can argue with me on that one. But I'm a recent convert back to the boiled hot dog. I have this 1200 watt microwave that can't cook a goddamn thing. I've been reconverted back to boiling hot dogs like my grandma used to do. She would boil them from frozen, which I'm not doing, but I have to say, it keeps the flavor. They're very plump and moist. 6-minute boil, perfection. My microwave, it blows them up or they're raw. That's all that dang thing does. Boiled hot dogs with pasta is the best with a hot sauce. Okay, maybe this wasn't as controversial as I thought it was gonna be. I thought the microwave gang was gonna lynch me. But I have to say, that's... Normally, I'm one of those weirdos that I buy the cheese dogs a lot of times. And those I would not boil. But they didn't have any last time. I was forced to venture forth on Friday to go to the grocery store. And so I just bought some beef franks, some generic whatevers. And I have to say, I've really enjoyed them. I've really enjoyed them boiled. Okay, let's pry that open. One way, I don't do it a lot because I'm too lazy. But I had a ex that really liked to... She'd make macaroni and cheese, and then she would add sliced up hot dog into it. I have to say, it really spices up the mac and cheese. Makes it a little more like a real meal. It's a good way to do it. Brown mustard. I'm a ketchup man myself. Used to eat that almost every day as a kid. Make sure they don't have any sugar. Yeah, there's a barbecue sauce. I don't know if it's a national brand, but around here they sell it, called Sweet Baby Ray. It's for just like a superstore barbecue sauce, it's pretty good, but it's like 90%, like, it's probably corn syrup. It's like 90%. Okay, so we have a vented spot here. Okay, what we're looking for is meat. We don't want to see any meat. We also want to see how seaworthy she is, more than anything else. We could live on here in our suits if we had to for a little bit. So even if things were pretty banged up and needed a lot of work, we could do it. Okay, where is the door? What am I missing here? Conduit, door. Okay, again, I would need to repair this, so I'm gonna do that. And you know what, Sophia? You could just be on auto, since you might as well do something while we're waiting around. God, I cannot... why is it so bloody dark over here? Alright, there's another door. Let's also... we'll let him finish this one. I have to say, this is in pretty good shape. I mean, we've seen a couple little vents, but that's not bad. Why are we boiling barbecue sauce and pasta? Well, I'm not doing that. Some people actually say to, like, when, like, boiling hot dogs, some people say don't do it in water. They do it in, like, tomato sauce or a barbecue sauce or something. That seems like a little too much for me. That seems like a crock pot, like, when you put those little smokies in there and then, like, cook them in barbecue sauce or something. No idea why they add sugar to hot. Because we have to add sweeteners to literally everything. And bonus points if it's corn syrup, apparently. I do my best to cut as much corn syrup out of my diet as I can. It's not good for you. Even if you, nothing else aside, just the amount of sugar you're adding for no reason. Water's expensive enough on its own. Yeah, I don't think you were here last summer for my saga. This summer was internet problems. Last summer was my well was going dry, so I had to have a new well drilled. So that was fun. I still have to get the doors, though, if I want to open. I guess I could uninstall it. I guess that's the fair point. I just didn't want to bash through the doors like I normally do and then have to turn around and repair them. Okay, pry that open. All right, slow down. Okay, so this, I'm not sure what this was. Was this a floor storage spot? But I mean, we could easily patch that. That's not a problem. I have not seen any. Okay, here we go. Some propulsion. It is damaged, but it is there. Despite how miserable it might be to fly with just one, we could do it. And I believe we have one on the station, so we would have at least two. There's plenty of cable here, so we could make the cable work. And there's some amount of fuel. I feel like we didn't see everything over here. Yeah. Okay, here's where there used to be a fusion core. Okay, and there is a battery. Obviously, we would need to have a charged one come in here. Okay, get me back over here. Yep, that's a floor storage grid on your own ship. Can you not put things on top of it? Like, can I set stuff on top of it like I do normally in my ship? I guess you could use those in, like, hallway spaces, even if that was the case. We notice that something's wrong with Sophia. What's wrong with you? You're repairing the ship. You look fine to me. Did we just notice that she's ugly finally? Maybe it's the tendinitis. Oh, we got that weird debug thing still. Yeah, we started running into a lot of game issues as we've been playing. UI bugs, UI crashes constantly. Like that weird, like, why am I seeing debug things? I don't have any debug modes turned on. You can, but it holds a little more stuff than this footprint. Yeah, that seems to be how storage generally works in this game. Which is a fine system. I always liked, like, systems that are like Project Zomboid or Cataclysms, where you have like a bag with a certain amount of volume, but then as you're putting things in there, it makes them weigh less, essentially. I think that's a pretty decent system. Okay, zoom zoom. You can drop things on the top right. Tell me more. What do you mean by that? Okay, and then you pry. Okay, so this was the air room, which we could definitely get working. So we could pressurize this ship pretty easily. I mean, this seems like it's totally viable. So what are we missing? We're missing a comms console. Okay, let's change our point of view. What do we have? We have air, and that's basically it. Everything else here basically needs to happen, which I think we have one of everything on the ship or on the station. We didn't look in the red area. Ain't nothing there of note. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have an RCS back here, but there is one over here. That is broken, but we could fix it. Okay, I think this is fine. This isn't so ridiculous that I think we would spend 50 years fixing it. So a little bit of floor, a couple walls, and then just all the mandatory stuff. Okay. And even the wiring doesn't look that bad. We just need to fix whatever hole it has somewhere. Okay, room. Man, this would be so spacious. Okay, another hole over there. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's go look, though. There's not much to pull off this and sell anyways, so even if we decide to change our minds, not a huge deal. Okay, Sophia. Get back in your booster seat. June, close the door. Now we did repair 3 doors, so we would expect there to be a slight difference in price. But if it's like 100,000 or more, then we know that the price changed. Okay, so we need to call docked info, request clearance. Undock. Clamps. Back here. Somehow we spun around the ship. Zoom me that way. Give me a little more juice. Okay, and zoom out. I want to go to K-leg. Just making sure we're clear. Fix the bearing. Yeah, like I said, bigger than I would have liked to do for a flip. I would have preferred just to do a little like gas tug, something about that size for a first go, but I mean, needs must. Can't be beggars and choosers here. All right. Zoom zoom. 1.1 G is fine. Oh, we're in 0.25 speed. That explains some things. Okay, back up to 100. And then let's get rid of the cross. Much juice. There we go. Okay, I think again we're just gonna sit. Okay, so Adius is saying that as you make rooms, if they are, I'm gonna call them typed rooms like engineering or a rec room, then it multiplies the cost of items in it, which makes sense. Keep that ship, flip our tiny shoebox. That's not really, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's also not really what I'm looking for. I would prefer like the survey ship or even the little passenger ship thing. Maybe we'll see. Let's see what the price is before we put too much thought into it. Like we've noted, corpos like to screw you. So if they raise the price on that more than a couple K, wasn't the tiny ship made using light parts? Right, exactly. You could you untype rooms, buy the rec type rooms, sell for a profit? I don't think they're going to make the ships less. It's definitely designed not to... Sophia has died. Excuse me? Excuse me. Excuse me? Okay, hang on a second. June, cancel that. Examine dead body. We may do a quick reload here if that was something stupid. Certainly dead, shows no signs of cause. I have a sneaky suspicion I know what it is. I bet you she ran out of air on that suit. Is that what happened here? No, it has O2. It has condition. It has no charge in the battery. Okay, I'm just gonna reload a save on that. That's stupid. I did say that we noticed there was something wrong with her, but yeah, again, game, why don't you give me a better pop-up on that? Yeah, I feel like the game's not ready to have multiple NPCs. It just isn't. It's acting like we're controlling multiple characters without full autonomy of them. All right, let's load one here. What's our last autosave? This one. Then load it. Yeah, the battery turned off, so all the suit systems died. So either she asphyxiated one way or the other. That is one problem with a lot of early access games. Okay, why are they working on ship combat when the NPCs don't work? Like, you need to finish something, and I don't mean finish for sure, but it needs to be in a fully functional way when you bring in mechanics. No, Yakushima, it did say earlier you noticed something wrong with Sophia, but I had no clue what that meant. Oh, and we aired out. You are not ingratiating yourself to me recently, Ostranauts. I'm not even sure we're loading here. We might have already just aired out. We'll give this a 30 seconds. I'll have to crash it. Sounds like Owlcat does get around to making their games polished. It just takes them a long time. But yeah, the same concept. I will throw out as a counterexample, not perfect by any means, but like RimWorld. I played RimWorld, I think, in alpha 13, 12, 14, somewhere around there, and never was it in a state that was totally unplayable. Most of the mechanics worked, even if it wasn't the best version or whatever, but it worked. Yes, things needed to be overhauled, but it never was like characters just randomly died because they stopped eating or something. It is the price you pay, I suppose, for early access. I think we're cooked here. Let me alt-tab and crash the game. We're going to go black screen on your side. Maybe my ugly mug will stay up. That is not a good one, Ostranauts. That is not a good one. Failed to load save. To be fair to those depths, I did a depth bug report on Reddit and took it to heart and fixed a lot. Well, that's good. You here still? Hopefully. All right. All right, can we load though is the question. So the 24th, this is our only autosave. Load. Devs, gotcha. Well, and like I said, I mean, it's the double-edged sword of early access. One of the things I appreciate, again, I'm going to use RimWorld as an example. One of the things I love about RimWorld nowadays, it's like, oh, hey, by the way, in a couple weeks, a new DLC is coming out. And I'm like, awesome. Instead of like, I mean, I have games that have been in early access for like half a decade in my Steam account. Would you know if your battery stopped? Well, obviously our character knew that there was some kind of problem. Now the question is, where are we? Are we docked? We're docked. Okay. Normally I would never do this, but there's no point in me walking on this ship and fiddling with doors if we know what we know now, so I'm not going to bother. Okay. Sophia, go over here and change out your suit battery, which was empty back then too, so there you go. But again, she was in auto mode and she didn't choose to go change her battery. So we need to know that we need to babysit them. All right, back in your baby seat. June. We probably should check your same problem. You have a charged battery. You have plenty of oxygen. And you have plenty of CO2. It's probably because we slept in our suits for like a day that wore the battery out. But again, like, the fiddliness of moving these suits on and off is so fiddly, I just don't want to do it. It's annoying, like having to put both shoes on. I don't know. Like I said, I normally like fiddly stuff, but even I have my limits. All right, take off your helmet. Go to the control panel. We want to turn that on. I noticed the door didn't close yet again. Now you closed on the wrong side. Close. Okay, here, control panel. Door is locked. No. No. Stop. You are not on auto task. You should not be doing that. Close the door again. But it's not going to work because the control panel has the door off. I don't know how you opened it the first time. There you go. Now, turn off the door and get in the seat. Okay. Now, Sophia, take off your helmet. June. There we go. Okay, we want to hail ship this ship, undock. Docking, undock. Nav mode. I want to go to the right. A little more juice. There we go. RimWorld made megabucks. RimWorld did make megabucks. Hey, Droog, how's it going? Early access for 10 years, yeah. I'm glad we're somewhat moving away from that being the absolute state of gaming. It can go both ways though, because like I said, like I enjoyed RimWorld's early access. It was fine. And there's been other games too. I don't have one off the top of my head, but there's been other good early access games. But then there's the other ones that are perpetual or that fail and never even launch. All right, boink. Okay, so bearing first. Slow that down. Okay, fixed. Then give me more juice. Accelerate and lower our cross velocity down to nada. Okay, 12 minutes ETA. Let's do it. Let's watch out. Okay, I think whoever dropped this wreck off should be fined. That is danger close to the station. That's within like gravity range of the asteroid. It's definitely gonna pull that in. All right, we're gonna make a course correction here. I just don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. All right, let's... Oh, you gotta go that way. A little bit. A little bit. There we go. Okay, we need to bleed off a whole bunch of cross. I see you guys driving near me. Don't you also do it. Good enough. And then let's speed up a little bit. 4 minutes out. You love the fact that the game crashed while trying to load a ship called Salted Face. Do a full suit check on your crew every time you put helmets on for salvaging. Yeah, probably a good operation. So far I have to say I love games that have NPCs, but they either need to be 100% under my control or they need to be able to be autonomous. This is kind of the worst of both worlds. This definitely needs some refining. Drug says early access allows individuals or small teams to get a bit of money so they can make the game, but it's a bit like buying a lottery ticket. Yeah, for sure. We talked about this one a while ago, but one of my friends actually backed The Mandate, which was a game I was so excited for. But back then I had no money, so I didn't back it because I had no money. So yeah, he was out a few $100 that he had put down on that. And the worst part is like they did it like the absolute worst way. They just went radio dead silent. They didn't even throw up a, hey, sorry guys, it didn't work out. It was just like, hey guys, it's been a year and we haven't heard anything. It's like, you doing something? I think they're probably, what's going to happen is there's going to be more legalese around something like that, because essentially you're entering into like an investment contract when you do that. The first game that burned me was Clockwork Empires. It was in early access. I bought it and then they just pulled the plug on it. It was like, imagine like steampunk British Empire fighting eldritch horrors, but it's a colony builder and people go crazy. Sounded pretty cool. They had a demo, or not a demo. They had an early access. It wasn't very good. And then they just disappeared. You're a gambler at heart. Camelot Unchained. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the problem of it all, right? Like, their whole point is to hype you up so that you spend money on it. But there's no promise of what you're going to get, really. It's a hard one. Back to a procedural space game that drove the developers insane. He literally abandoned it and started counseling. Well, I'm glad he got help. That's all I can say about that. It was kind of like with though, was it Warhammer Age of Reckoning? Whatever the Warhammer MMO was. I can't think of the guy's name, but the hype man on that game, he totally got me. I was so hyped for that game, and that game did not last very long. Same thing with Crowfall. I was pretty excited about Crowfall. I did buy in early on that one. I probably played maybe an hour of the early access as I had it available to it. Mark Jacobs, yeah. I liked the Warhammer game. I thought it was all right. They just couldn't figure out their balancing to save their lives. Stupid witch elves. 15 seconds worst case scenario time to kill my butt. They misplaced a decimal there. It was 1.5 seconds. Okay, let's unpause. Let's hit the brakes a little bit. Get in here. Mail ship. Okay, leg. Please let me dock. Docking. Okay. That's gonna be annoying. Nope. Okay, slow it down some more. Speed up time. Wait for 1K. Slow down time. Make my adjustments. Probably put the brakes on a little bit. Yeah, Crowfall was one I was really looking forward to, but they just couldn't pull that off. I like the concept, but none of the playtests seemed to go particularly well. They couldn't solve the offlining problem, which those type of games are always going to have. Or the problem of it's always more rewarding to fight where there's no resistance. It's kind of like in Dominions when like you take a bunch of territory while avoiding the enemy's army, and then you try to go sit on his capital. Like it's the same problem. You take like the critical fight and you avoid the other fights. Okay, Sophia, you can do whatever you want for a minute. June, let's take those batteries. Let's, oh, we drew space PPs on it, I see. Or did we? Would you open the inventory? Okay. All right, give me those 2 batteries. Are you good? You are good. Okay, apparently I have a bunch of repair stuff in my inventory too. All right, we're not going to be here but for a second, so I will leave that turned on. All right, we want to go to the charger, use the charger. All right, put in my batteries that need charging. 100%, 100%. Okay, let's just get the fuel here while I'm here. I noticed that we had a spot for an O2 bottle. I'm just going to go buy that quick while I'm thinking about it. June is such an artist. Truck stops across the universe have his handiwork. All right, we would like 1 O2 bottle. Just, I'll hold it. Thank you. Okay, and then transit. It never actually like really got to launch. Like they just couldn't do it. I think they have it up for sale. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody will buy it, but I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think the problem it had, so for anyone who doesn't know what Crowfall was, imagine kind of like a Dark Age of Camelot, but each campaign is like on its own map. And then at the end of the campaign, everyone gets rewards and the map is destroyed. And then like you do some meta stuff and then you get a new map. I think everyone loves the idea of those games. Very few people have the time to play those games. I think the world has just moved on. And just, it's kind of like with Eve. Everyone loves the idea of Eve. Very few people are actively playing Eve. Or if they're playing it, it's like they log in once a week to move their like factory materials around. And don't get me wrong, I like Eve. I played it quite a bit. But I think that's just the case. I think we love the idea more than the practicality of actually playing the game. Yeah, it is still going. It's got to be one of the longer lasting MMOs, really. And then, and Dryer, that is a thing too. And then you have people who it is their job, frankly, and they're on there 24/7. So again, it's the same problem with like, oh, they attacked me at midnight. Well, I work tomorrow at 5 a.m. I can't be on at midnight. So I don't know how you solve that either, unless you had like regional servers that were time zone locked or something. I don't know how you would do that. I don't think anyone's come up with a way. Like, I guess the ultimate solution would be your game is so popular, there's enough population on 24/7 that it wouldn't be a problem, but that's just not going to happen. Dark Age of Camelot. I did play some Dark Age of Camelot back in the day. Foxhole. Yeah, Foxhole's still alive. How are they doing on population these days? I know it was really close to like going under for a while. Okay, here's our freighter. They did not increase the price. Now, do remember, we did not fix the doors because we had to reload the save. It's called the Blessed Bean. There you go. Calling sick on raid day. Yeah, well. Okay, I think we are going to buy it. We are going to buy. All right. I'm not going to save this one for my own ship. I do want to successfully complete a flip. And if we do it, hopefully we can at least make our money back. Be nice. 20-30% would be a good return on investment here. Okay, so what we need to do... Where the heck did I go? What we need to do is haul a bunch of these spare parts that we have onto the ship. I will never... Well, I try not to speak in absolutes, but the odds of me ever playing Star Citizen are very infinitely close to zero because it's pay to win. I'm not spending thousands of dollars on ships. Somebody else can have ships when they start the game. I hate stuff like that. Absolutely hate stuff like that. Okay, we are going to move that to a haul zone, and we're going to mark this for hauling. All right, what do we need? We want to haul. Just give me loose stuff. All right, we haul. We need a nav console. We need an antenna. We need a battery. Thruster would be useful. We'll need an intake, some N2. O2 alarm, sure. Thermostat, sure. N2 alarm, sure. I'm not sure that's actually mine. Thermostat, sure. All right, we are missing, shoot. We're missing a transponder. All right, so how does that work? Can I buy my transponder from here? Okay, and over here, I want this and this. Let me go back down there. I'm thinking no, Axe. That would be nice if I could hire somebody to do the piloting for me. Maybe somebody can confirm that for me, because that's what I was originally thinking. I was like, oh, I'll just tell her to pilot the ship back, but I would have to control her to do that. I don't think she will do it on her own. Are you in the super secret club where they sell you the really expensive ships, Adius? Are you that deep, or are you not bling bling enough for the secret club? I am going to need to fly both in. What I'll do is I'll have one of our characters fly one ship in, and then the other will fly the other in. You can do space taxis too. So that's another way you can do it. Okay, so I need a transponder sail. Okay, here we go. So I need one for the Blessed Bean. Send items to barter zone. Fine. Oh. Okay, I guess we have to drag it. Delivery not included. And how do NPCs dock? Oh, thinking man. All right. Transfer to the port. Yeah, it's unfortunate because Star Citizen is the type of game that I would be interested in, but the way they monetized it, I will just never play that. I do not like stuff like that. I'm kind of one of those weirdos where I don't mind if I'm playing, let's say, Path of Exile, and I'm like, hey, this is very playable and I'm having fun. I don't mind throwing you a few dollars for a stash or something. But the second I feel like I'm forced to do it, I'm like, well, this isn't free to play. You lied to me. I'm never going to give you money. And that's the feeling I would have while playing Star Citizen. Are you, Sophia? You just not gonna haul stuff, or you're on working time? That is set up to haul. June, will you haul? Yeah, you sure will. All right. I guess I'll just do all the work. He's carrying too much weight. I mean, she's basically got the bare necessities. I guess we could dump into here. Doink, yeah. Doink. Maybe you're right. No, the price did not increase, but we looked at it, we did not do anything because we reloaded because of the death stupid. So we didn't fix the doors. So I don't know if fixing something would have changed the price, but looking at it, or at least docking there, did not change the price. Also, you need a transponder. I bought one, yes. I think a few of you guys might be a little bit behind. Make sure you click on live. Yes, we went there and I just drug it back here. It's right here, transponder. And I did buy it for the correct ship. Okay, we hauled all the stuff. Does anyone have to use the potty before we leave? Everyone looks fine. Apparently we have something that's really damaged. Okay, let's just give them a second and do some repairs, because that's a shocking amount of damage on the floor. It was the battery axe, I'm 99% sure. Or tendinitis was flaring up, one of the two. I wouldn't even download it. I have no intention of playing it. That is a monetization system that I cannot support. Okay, people are jumping on the treadmill. That makes me think that we're ready to leave. You're still doing some repairs that make me kind of nervous. I think I'm just going to let him do the repairs here for a minute. Okay, nothing else has been nearly so bad. Actually, you know what? Why am I doing it this way? We have the... Okay, we have the crash when I tried to open the overlay. Okay, well, I was gonna say we have the damage overlay, but apparently we don't. All right, June, come over here. Close the door. Control panel. Lock the door. Okay, Sophia, get into your child-proof seat. Okay, let's do this. Hopefully that's everything we need. We'll see how many things I forgot. I'm sure it's a lot. So, hail ship, okay leg, docking, clamp. Okay, back us up. Get us away from the planet a little, or the asteroid a little bit. All right, and we want to head to here. Oh, we overshot that way too much. Okay. Okay, close enough. Zoom, zoom. And get rid of the cross. Okay, there we go. Off and running. I think for space game wise, the number one thing I'm looking forward to right now is the 8.0 patch for X4. There's a very strong likelihood that we'll do some playing. I don't know what format I'm gonna do. I know exactly the storyline I'm gonna play. I did grab some floors. I don't have any extra walls. We might do some interior remodeling. We'll just put it that way to fix them. We also, as long as we can get it to fly, we can fly it back and we can buy those parts to do a little bit of spit shine on it before we sell it, if we think it's worth our time. Okay, let's speed up. Okay, that's fine. Clear it. Yeah, seriously, whoever put this wreck here should be fined. This is a ridiculous spot for a wreck. You could grab some from other wrecks. That's true too, as long as we... Yeah, why don't we do it from this one? It's on the way. Okay, zoom, zoom. Four minutes out. Gotta just be patient here. Never checked out X4. It'll be interesting. I played some. I played enough to be dangerous, ironically. Not an absolute ton, though. The one thing I don't like, I've been told multiple times that being in the local system while fighting is happening is really bad. Like, the AI can't handle flying their own ships. You need to be in, like, unfocused, like, in a different system and let the computer calculate the results. We'll see. We'll see. If it's really terrible, I'll probably just quit. So we'll see about that, because that's dumb. Again, it's like basic functions of your game. You can't have a space fighting game that the ships can't space fight. So we will see on that. Slow down some more, please. Down to 50. Down to 30. There it is. Okay. June, step one, let's put those batteries away. No, not on the floor. In here. And the extra O2 bottle. Okay, and then let's grab the battery. And we need the signal box. Open the door. Okay, Sophia, put on your helmet. Battery check. Already used up 10% charge. Check on the O2. Check on the filter. All good. Okay, June, come on in here with this. We are going to need to repair those doors again, but I just want to get in here. And I'm going to set a zone. Add new zone. Add new zone. And I want that to be a haul zone. And then I want orders, loose items, haul. All the loose stuff on the floor needs to go over there. All right, Sophia, please do that. All right, and then door repair. This is a huge airlock, by the way. I guess it makes sense for... This is like a weird freighter where it doesn't actually have freight containers. It's like an in-system hauler or something. I don't even know how to explain it. Helmet? Yep. Good thing there was air in here. Thank you. Did I do her helmet? I did. Okay. We're good. We're good. Just making sure you guys are paying attention. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. There was air in here. X4 ships can spaceflight, but if there's more than about 100 ships, can't spaceflight ultra efficiently, what most players moan about. So you end up losing ships, which means you have, which when you have 10 space yards doesn't matter, but before then can be an issue. Paying attention, sure. I mean, that's what you guys are here for, right? Just to watch my back. Now, hopefully, when she's done hauling things, she'll just start repairing random stuff. Either ship would be fine, frankly. All right, am I going to be able to pull up the tower view, or is it going to crash on me again? Okay, good. She did start repairing stuff. Excellent. Okay. Is this going to work? T no longer does it. I have to hit X. X is doing nothing. Let's try it through here. Visor. Okay, so we do have some power, but it's just not here. So let's go ahead and we will pry this open. All right, what is, let's find the source of the problem here. So this door, repair it. Yep. Ready to wreck it with a torch drive and install it. Step one, I just want to get it back to station. Spare conduit. I have some on me. We got 5 on me. But we'll rip some out if we have to and move it around. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. That's for sure. Okay, would you pry that open? All right, what's the problem here? I guess we're just missing one right here. So if we take you, install there. Hey, there we go. All right, that's looking mighty healthy. Okay. Yep. Step 2. Okay, door, what's your problem? Open. No, that's Sophia. I don't want you. Nope. Here. Come here. No, come here. Over here. Okay, door's working. All right, grab the battery. Pick that up. Right, let's just take this back towards where the other battery was. I think that was in here. I think that blue light's the battery. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll take you and install. Sure. That was a cool fix. That was a lucky fix. The fact that it was that easy. Are there enemies to fight? Right now, pirates will try to board you, or they'll be on ships you're on, and there is a combat system. It's really clunky. It's really clunky, but it does exist. And then in the next patch, there's going to be space combat, which I'm still really leery about. Like, that's going to be so bloody deadly. That's going to be really deadly. Unless they give us, like, armor walls and stuff. Okay, now we have power. Okay, next thing I would like to do, let's go see about that thruster. Let's repair. Hopefully we'll have everything we need. Okay, check the other, yeah, we should probably do that. The other error was, they're over here. I do see green light, so they are on. All right, so control panel off. Control panel off. Control panel off. I think you get the idea here. Turn these all off for the time being. We also have some exterior holes. I wouldn't mind them pumping, but we're pumping into vent at the moment. All right, back to repairing that. This is going to probably be a really sluggy ship. Even if I add a second thruster, 2 thrusters is the same as what my ship has. Or do I have 4? Either way, this is a much bigger ship with less thrusters. If multi-character play is annoying, how bad is multi-ship? I don't think the game is really designed that you're playing with multiple ships for any real use. Somebody did tell me that if you have a private residence, you can park ships there. So like maybe you'd have like your Venus ship and you have like your in-system salvage ship or a scout ship, etc., etc. But I don't think it's designed really for that, which is a shame because it'd be really fun if I had like, you know, multiples. But in order for me to want multiples, I would need to be able to tell like, hey, Sophia, take that ship and fly to that wreck, and she would just do it. The fact that I have to manually do it, I mean, what are the odds I'm going to be on my other character while we crash into something else? Pretty high. Let's be honest, pretty high. All right, thruster assembly is coming along nicely. Okay, back to the dock. Next, let's get... Are you heading over here? June, where are you? What are you doing? Walk over here. The door broke. All right. I don't think I repaired the door enough, and it took some random damage and re-broke. Okay. Lesson learned. You've got that handled. Sophia, where are you? Would you walk up here and would you restore that door before the same thing happens? The lore of the other locations in the game is very cool. Shame if it never gets... I think that's partly what they're working on right now, I Turn Right. I think I read that it's the space combat and the fleshing out of the other stations. I can't really comment on the other places because I haven't really been to them. I've been told that they're all like generically the same thing. Okay, transponder. Let's pick that up. I just need this to have power. Yeah, let's just install it back here. All right, install. Plunk it right there. All right, then before we fix the holes to the outside, let's do the antenna too. So that's going to be you. Pick up. All right, and then June, find a way outside. That's not outside. Okay, there we go. All right, I don't think it really matters where I install this, so we'll just do it over here for ease sake. So install. There. And we hope, okay, good, we have power there. Okay, done. Wait, no, it is repaired. All right, now I need to fix this so that we're airtight, which means I'm gonna take out some internal wall from something. All right, we're just gonna nab some wool from here for now. Well, we'll need 2 pieces, I believe, for that corner. Please tell me that there is floor underneath you. Hold off on the antenna, it draws a lot of power. Oh, well, too late. Antenna has been put in. All right, grab that, bring it over here. We'll survive. If we have to, we'll go buy another battery or something. Okay, then we want to install there. I know there were other holes. I don't know if they're full breaches like this one or if they're just things that need repairing, but I remember there were multiples. Come up this way. Okay, grab you. This is obviously the first time I've done this, so some of this is just going to be learning experience, so it's okay if it's not perfect. Normally, I would also put floor underneath this. I think this is not a good way to do this, but again, learning experience more than actual care of product. She should be doing stuff. What is she doing? Yeah, she's working. She's repairing stuff. Yeah, whatever she repairs will be good, because we're just gonna have to do a bunch of ship repairs. If I leave my ship, like my other ship, floating in space, can anyone board it while I'm not there? Does that count as a error problem? Yeah, there's a med bed in there. That was not what I was looking for, though. I think that's repair. Okay, hang on. Visor. Pressure. Okay, floor holes. Okay, I have some floor on me. I don't think I have quite enough floor on me. All right, come over here. Install there. Grab the dolly when working on all this. Yeah, actually, good point. This is going to be a bit of a problem. I don't have enough floor for this. Maybe we could just move some internal walls to plug it up. It'll be a little awkward, but it'll finish the last couple spots. Yeah, that's my conclusion too, Wing. I wish I'd brought a little bit more. Install there. Now after this, I think there's a hole here, and I think there's a hole of some sort here. But otherwise, we might actually be able to pressurize. Install there. I'm not sure exactly what you're doing. Cancel. Install. just shorten the wall and take out the floor. I mean, that would work too. I'm just going to be super duper lazy and we're just going to take some interior, like this wall right here. Damaged floor will leak air or it's been patched. Yeah. I don't think we're going to fly around in this thing without our suits on at the moment. I just want to get it where we can get it to move. Although I suppose this isn't really helping that aim. Yeah, I guess this really isn't helping them. Then again, if I fly this back to the station, I would want to have it be sealed so we can just steal all the air from the ship and then use their air while we're repairing things before we sell it. Okay, I didn't see anyone answer this. Let me ask again. If I leave my ship, not this ship, here in space, can somebody else dock with it while I'm not there? Or is it safe while I leave it out here? AKA, could I dock this thing with the station, have both characters work on it, and then to have somebody ferry me back to my ship? Don't know. Okay. Okay, next, let's go find that other spot that I thought, yeah, right here. Are you actually a problem? It's damaged. Let me repair you. Looks like it. It's safe, but it can get far away. Okay, so this looks fine. Now, I think there was another spot on the other side. Oh, hey, I missed you. Okay, let's repair that. Yep, there's the other spot. Okay, so we'll have 3 thrusters. I mean, there's something... I might actually take this med bed out. We may save that. I think it's worth 50k. Just FYI. Something like that. No one will bother your ship if you're not there. Okay, perfect. That's what I need to know. I wish I could just dock it at the station, even if I had to pay docking fees. But I've been told I can only have 1 ship docked at a time. Repair that. This thing is actually in really good shape, all things considered. We had, what, 2 minor wall dents and 1 breach. The floors, which was the torch and a storage container, and that's it. We went to the flotilla once. We didn't really see a whole lot. We tried to make a friend and it didn't work out. It was about our experience. Okay, can I... Well, yeah, you need to restore that. Okay, I think we're ready to install some more stuff once we're done here. Okay, I think that means we're pressurized. What is this thing showing? Would you restore that? Oh, that's a can, I see. Okay. Thruster, install. Actually, no, pick it up. Dry it inside. Let's just put it next to the other one. I don't think where they're located really matters. Install. Other than facing the right direction. There. Can't do it. There. Sure. Can't believe this ship has no lights. Apparently, Razor was here and stole all the lights. Okay, good. All right, now I don't think I saw an intake anywhere, so we're gonna need to install the intake. Here? Yeah. Install. Actually, no, pick it up. And then let's bring that this way. There's a place over here that had a bunch of O2 cans. I think there was over here. Yeah, we'll just put it near this. So you install. Any of you have good pressure? Oh, there wasn't. There was an intake. Okay, well, I have one in here now anyways. Yeah, you have plenty. Sure, let's just repair this one too. We'll have two. I have a can of N2 on the ship. We'll have at least two. You made the mistake of having your employee dock your ship and then realized you couldn't pay to recharge or refuel. Ow. So what'd you do? Did you ferry over there and then pay for it? I feel like we need a corporate account. We'll give her the corporate credit card. She'll have to watch the video. Whenever they try to give me the company credit card, I'm always like, nope, I don't want to touch it. I want nothing to do with it. There's always some kind of problem. There always is some kind of problem. I let the other people in my department do it. I'm like, nope, you guys can handle that. I do not want it. They're always complaining about over seed or something. You know you can have what's-her-face repair? I mean, she should be working. Well, she was working. I must have clicked her. Yeah, she can just repair whatever. Anything's fine. All right, let's go get the can. Cancel. Pick up that N2 can. Okay, would you? Did that door break again? Son of a gun. What is happening to this door? Okay. Did I not repair this? I thought I was very specific on how I did that. Maybe this is why they abandoned ship. Doors broke. And you're like, oh, I can fix that. Little did you know the doors were all haunted. I thought I restored this after the second time, but maybe it was a different door. I got my O2's getting a little low. Okay. Door. Restore. In fact, now that's actually her O2 getting low, not June's. Okay. June, come over here. Let's bring the speed down. Come over here, pick up the can. Walk back over here. And we were going to install the can right there. I forgot to turn off anomaly. That's why you got so much meat. Okay, back in here. Okay, I'm gonna have you restore that. Sophia, let's go fix your oxygen so we don't have another oops. There's a reason I bought some. Inventory, you, there. Okay, and come back over here. You can just throw it on the ground. It's fine. All right, what else do we got? We got sensors. I will install those most likely before we sell it. But for now, this is the last big to-do. And I guess we should just put it in this room. Just because we've got power nearby. And we'll have air in this room. Where's a wall? Here's a wall with power going through it. Can I install that here? Yeah. Okay, antenna, transponder, nav console, intake, thrust, power. That's good enough to fly, right? That's the 6 minimums. We could put some air in here. I would be a little leery about not wearing my helmet while we're in it. So I probably... What are you doing? Oh, you're done. Okay, we'll restore that. June, you finished up there. Right, walk down here. Okay, so sensors, I don't need those at the moment. %50 charge. Let's go change out our drill. Inventory. Okay. Inventory. Inventory. Bad battery out. Good battery in. Recharge your battery. Okay, come back in here. That is weird that there are like no lights. What's going on here? Why is my nav console a ghost? Excuse me? What happened to my nav console? I don't think so. It still has a ghost of it here. Install Polaris navigation console. Cancel? Try. Okay, you apparently you're installing haunted nav consoles. June, come over here. Pick that up. Pull it out of the way. Install. Right there. I thought she was restoring it, so I don't know how she managed to uninstall. Okay. All right, Sophia, auto task. Okay, so if my ship is safe here, I think we're going to take this back, and assuming we can at least break even, I'm just going to sell it because I want the experience of just doing the motion and then flying back to our own ship and learning how to do that. You go around to every part you repaired. Okay. June, would you use this? No, it's not June, but that's okay. Okay, how are we doing? We have RCS. We do not have a lot of power. Yeah, we need to move on this. So let's do that. So docked log with our ship. Request clearance. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, how's your battery? Not good. Okay, let's fix that. June, you can just repair stuff. Sophia, come here a second. No, not the bathroom. Come over here. The other charger. Inventory. Okay. Bad battery out. Good battery in. Bad battery charge. Let's close that door. All right, and you know what? Let's, I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, auto task. June, let's fly before we run out of batteries here. All right, docking. Dock info, request clearance, undock. Lamps station. We are on the safe side. Pull us away a little bit. Okay, give me... Oh, of course it's on the freaking other side. All right, head towards that. Okay, faster if we went up. Yeah, that felt pretty zippy. Oh, it's because you're on like maximum thrust. I bet you that was fun. We've 60, close enough. Okay, give me some zoom. All right, more. Oh, maybe we do need to be on maximum. Ouch. Our maximum thrust is 0.62. Yeah, she's got a little junk in the old trunk here. We're doing our best. Get rid of the velocity. Across. Okay. Bearing's okay. Yeah. Okay, zoom. And actually, no, we want to go to the right a little bit because we want to zoom past what we were aiming at. And I am going to accelerate a little more. We have lots of fuel, but we don't have lots of battery. We're going to go a little quicker here. I think we're going to go up to 200. Okay. Sophia is restoring. Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, we're live. We are live. How good are we here? Are we really good? I guess so. Okay, yep. We're zooming past the thing that we were aiming at, which is exactly right. We need to overshoot a little bit and then turn for the landing. Did you install your transponder and antenna? We sure did. Yep. We are street legal. All right. OK leg is our new target. Friendship with question mark has ended. All right. We probably put 50K, no, a little more than that. So almost 100K worth of parts in here. So ideally, we would be selling this for at least $1 million just right off the bat. We'll see if that's the case here. I highly doubt it. Okay, turn. Bring me down in speed. Turn a little bit more. A little bit less. Okay, about 0. All right, we need to bleed off the cross. We are maxing our thrusters out. If I was going to keep this ship, I would need to double our thrusters. Just FYI. All right, come down. Okay, most of that's been bled off, and then let's accelerate a little bit. I don't think I want to go as fast as normal because this baby, she drives like she got junk in the old trunk. So I think we're going to come in at half speed here. Yeah, I see you, flyboy. Okay, K-leg, local channel. K-leg, K-leg, docking. Please choose a docking port. Excuse me? Hail ship. K-leg, K-leg, docking. Request clearance. You're too far away. Excuse me? Oh, I guess I am. And now I'm not. Man, imagine being that guy. He's like, nope, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm like, dude, I'm right here. Nope, you'll have to call me back later. Dude, I'm sailing in right now. I would like to dock. Nope, I'm hanging up now, sir. Please don't call back. We're in 1x. Speed us up. Slow us down. Okay. Man, this is something I was looking forward to for so long, is docking and reselling something. Lessons learned for sure. 300 dock. We survived. Okay. O2 and batteries okay, although I'll probably trade batteries out while we're here. Okay, Sophia, you just keep working on this. Oh, we docked on the other side. Awkward. Yeah, what do you mean I can't have 2 ships? I could totally dock another ship here. Oh, they mirror it. I see. Oh, that's going to mess with my head. Okay, I just want to go see what it's worth as is. Take me to commercial. You don't survive rapid decompression without knowing the rules. You know the rules, and so do I. In fact, actually, June did not have his helmet on before, so you know. you know. All right. No whammies, no whammies. Actually, no. Hold on. Before we do that, give me rating. Rate my ship. A4E Titan Max. That's not terrible, actually. The Blessed Bean. A CR43 Indie retrofit. So a CR43 isn't terrible. In this playthrough, that's not what I'm interested in, but this would not be a terrible chassis for a ship. There's lots of room. You could turn that. I would remodel this interior part to be a big cargo bay in the middle, living stuff up here, and then engineering back here. Not a terrible chassis. What a name. The names in this game are pretty peak, I won't lie. All right, now we want to know. Do I at least get my money back? No. We put about 100K in parts into it. We bought it for 911, so we're about a million down. Or wait, no. We're way much further down. I was looking at our good ship. The Blessed Bean, we lost 800,000 in value by buying the ship. So in this case, was the flip worth it? Absolutely not. All right, let's see if we can do some repairs and bring that up. Did we do anything that would damage it? We didn't take anything out. We didn't remove any rooms because the parts I took were not part of a room. So I think we just need to get it spit shined up. So let's take some time and do that. And we'll see where we land after that. So come over here, transit. All right, to the port. Exactly in line with your ship flipping. Okay, so I just wish I could have my other ship docked here. Like I said, I mean, yeah, charge me the docking fee, but just let me be here. Okay, also, we can put these in. Let me grab these. Various alarms. All right, let's see if we are actually airtight. So I want to know pressure. I want to say we're airtight, or if we're not, we're having some floor leakage, but we should be relatively close. Helmet. Let's open these doors and hold them open. We're gonna steal some air from K-Leg. All right, you open. Open. Yeah, we're fine. Open. Open. All right. Yoink. Buy air now. All right, how are we looking on that? Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, door closed. We'll need a repair there. There we go. Okay, we're moving really slow because I guess we're overweight. All right, go ahead and do that. Pause. Let's install these. This is going to be a problem. Install. Pause. There. All right, I guess we'll just do it differently. Install. There. Ooh, game's chugging a little bit too. Install. Install. Try to breathe the vacuum. It's good to clean your lungs out once in a while. Wing solution. You know, just get that vacuum experience. Yeah, and that's definitely what happened. He'll be fine. Don't be a wuss, June. Okay, yeah, this door next. Yeah. I need to get in there so I can work on the air pumps and whatnot. Those alarms are going to be annoying, but they're just going to have to be for a little while. Right, she's restoring various stuff. That's totally fine. I do appreciate that there's so much scrap on this ship that I can repair everything without having to go fiddle. We can run to the shop and we can buy various parts. As we restore things and fix things, we'll see how the value goes. Okay, so we would like to restore that now. We probably will have to go buy some batteries at some point, but that's okay. Oh, we should also repair the battery and maybe buy a couple lights just to make my life a little easier. We're going to be here repairing for a while. She's airtight. Yep. I will definitely give me that. We got really lucky on that though. I mean, we had what, 7 holes in the floor and 3 holes in the hole. That's amazing, frankly. If we could just get it airtight, then I don't have to wear my helmet in here while we're doing the work. Okay, door. Would you actually cancel open? Okay. In here, do we have... I guess it doesn't matter if we have any because I can go buy some. I'm just making sure these aren't going to explode or something. They're not like 0 HP. That one's a little low. Let's restore that one. And that one. Okay. Whoop, that was not what I wanted to do. Please restore that. I need to hook these up to these sensors. Restore. I may turn off the nav console. We also are getting proxy alarmed here. I'm surprised there isn't a mechanic that makes you work slower in an EVA suit. Don't be surprised, I turn right. There is. If we look at Sophia, Sophia does not have the EVA suit skill. Work slowed, unskilled in EVA suits. So there you go. June has EVA suit skill, so it negates the penalty. I don't know if you'd be faster without it at all, but this is what I'm used to, so it feels fine. Okay, now these are the O2 tanks. So control panel. Can I not? Okay, maybe it's the other way around. Is it you? Input to here. Done. Close. You. Control panel. Input to here. Done. You. Control panel. Input to here. Done. And then we can actually go to, not on, auto. Control panel. Auto. Control panel. Auto. Okay. Here. Control panel. I think I'm going to turn them on as I connect them this time. So I installed 2 thermostats for some reason. Into alarm. Done. Auto. I'm seeing a lot of air go into here. Are you not? No, we're okay. All right, it's just pressurizing. Okay, auto input there. Done. So if I have 2 thermostats, what happened to the O2? The O2, or no, it wasn't O2. The CO2 detector, I guess, is what we're missing. Control panel. Input here, done, auto. All right, let's uninstall one of these. Okay, well that's something. All right, I didn't see a heater and I didn't see a cooler. So something else we could do for the ship would just be getting that up and running. It's bins. I'm just seeing, okay, what is this? What's the problem here? Floor. All right, we'll just cancel that task, whatever it was. Okay, next thing, okay, so heater, cooler, and then this battery needs a repair. Let's restore that before it breaks. I believe that, yeah, that's going to drain a whole bunch of our power. That's really annoying. Yeah, I would have much preferred to do this on like a gas hauler instead of a freighter as our first attempt. Okay, so we now have air. Air is hooked up and running. We are restoring a battery. I'm just thinking low-hanging fruit. We have transponder, we have antenna. Heating and cooling seems like it would be relatively easy to do. Boy, that was really damaged. Okay, and yeah, once I do that, then I'd probably feel okay taking the helmet off. Hopefully we don't have any violent decompressions. Oh, let's add a trade spot here. So we need in zone 2. Add zone. No. Like this. Add new zone. No haul. Yes haul. Yes bugger. Okay, come over here. We'll plunk this back on the ship, or on the OK leg, just in case we want to do another one. And we'll pump it over here. N2 alarm. There it is. I knew we had. No, that's the N2. We're missing the CO2 is what we're missing. That's for towing. That's a battery. So man, none of that stuff I want at the moment. Okay, use. All right, give me O2, give me into, give me into, give me power. Yes. Okay, we're still sitting on 300,000, so it's not like we're super duper low or anything. Okay, then supplies. I don't think it's going to be under supplies. It's going to be under we sell scrap. Maybe. Air pump, battery, antenna, signal box. Sink, reactor stuff, doors, floors. Okay, no heater there. You'll get the most return from just repairing the tiles. Okay. That'll be our first stop then. Okay, yeah, and I'm not seeing a heater here. All right, I am going to go, because we're kind of learning here, I'm going to go poke my nose at the ship seller again. I want to see what value changes we got from what we just did. She's still there restoring, so that's fine. In fact, hold on. We're going to be here for a hot minute. What time is it? It's 7. I do want to kind of do things in shifts here. All right, so June, if you were to sleep, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I want to do it that way. Let's do 6 hours right here. And she can have 6 hours right there. I'm going to have them on auto for a while here in a minute, so I just want to set that up. Hopefully they're smart enough to go back to our little room. I don't know if that's the case. Put some lights so we can see. Yeah. Are we flipped down here? No, thank goodness. All right, rate my ship now. How much will you buy it for now? Okay, so what did we do that just gave us 400,000 in value? We added and hooked up the air. I would say that's all we've really done. She did some repairs, but nothing crazy, just floor and whatnot. This is already looking much healthier. And we have a lot more we can repair. Oh, we fixed the battery too. Air is important. I'm pretty addicted to air too. I can't quit it, so I agree. Okay, that's not terrible. We still need to double this in order to make any money whatsoever. Because like I said, we put about 100,000 of parts in there. Airtight. I was already airtight. I think it's pressurized gives you a bunch of value. Because we were airtight when we got here. I didn't repair anything that made us airtight. I fixed the... No, I hooked up and turned on the air pumps is all I did. We also put some oxygen. I didn't look how much did we pay for oxygen just now? No, not that much. We didn't pay 100K. Yeah, you're not wrong, Axe, but there's the opportunity cost. I could have sold those parts for 100K. So we still spent 100K that we had in assets. Okay, but that makes me feel a lot better. A lot better. Okay, hang on. Is this the place that has the... No. I want to go to the furniture store. That must be at the Imperium. A couple lights would be really nice. Just for my own sanity's sake. Well, and if I want to add some heating and cooling, even if it doesn't add a ton of value, I'll feel safer having our helmets off, so I'm not burning our suits as hard. The thing is, Wing Solution, is what would I do? Leave that ship parked here? Fly, have somebody drive me into my ship, fly my ship around, and then what? See, that's why I'm really annoyed I can't just have two ships parked at once. I think you should be able to do that. Just you should have to pay a docking fee. Okay, here. Lights, heat, and cool. That's what we're looking for right now. Lights, heat, and cool. Not work posters. A pressure alarm. That's for contaminants. Cooler. Here we are. Heater and cooler. So it's not much. I will take one of each. Fridge, toilet, sink. Bunk beds. Bunk beds would be kind of handy. Oh, it's just a sleep bunk. Never mind. Boo. And hey, actually, if we fix up that medical bed, June could sleep in the medical bed. Get something out of that. I'm looking for lights. I don't think I saw it. I really wish we had a search bar up here. Bulkhead bin. Are lights just not sold here? Trying to read lists when you're live. Not good. You just need to get to Venus and then buy a citizenship. Then you can dock two ships somehow. Is that because you have a private residence, Wing Solution? I've been told that that's what you need to dock multiple ships. An auto vent wouldn't be bad either, but again, I'm not trying to make this ship something I want to stay in. Yeah, okay. No lights here, unfortunately. How hungry are we? Yeah, we're fine. Back in it. Lights are right below vent. Did I literally just miss it? Okay, hang on. Right on the lights. below vent. Of course, you guys assume I can find vent a second time. Cooler, heater, fridge, toilet, sink. Vent, light. Here we are. Thank you. That was not the graphic I was looking for. I was looking for a white looking thing. They have 20 of them. Give me like a giant freeze, apparently. Give me 4 of them to start with. Yes. That's like nothing for my Sandy's cost. If we have to, we have some other stuff on station we could sell too, so. Just so you understand, you want to fix it enough to sell it for profit? Yes. We would need to make a little bit over $1 million to be in the black. Probably like 1.1 would mean we made like 50K, just to put that in perspective. Now, some of that I'm paying for experience just to do it to learn. But we would need to actually make about 1.1 million to be in actual black. And hey, people just jumping in. Gapeth Horani, hi, welcome in. And Union, good to see you. Okay, leg's probably not large enough for people. I mean, yeah, but let's make concessions for gameplay, maybe. No, it did go to JX. I'm pretty sure we're all right. Well, I'm pretty sure we're also hitting that load time. Should be right up here. Good morning. Okay, are you still working? What are you doing? Yep, you're working. Okay. Nope, I don't want to be you. I want to be you. Okay, there are my lights. Did I send the heater? Did the heater go somewhere else? Okay, well, let's do the lights to start with. So, pick that up. In fact, we could probably pick those all up. Why did it default these ones to the proper ship and the other one not? Or did I just not buy those? That's older stuff. I don't think I actually bought those somehow. Okay, in the medical area, give me a light in here. I didn't buy them? Okay, yeah. I don't know how that happened. Right there. That's all right. We can walk back down there and do it. I'm not wearing my helmet in here, and we're just a little cold, so I will put my helmet back on. Yeah, we need to buy that. Okay, one light down. I think I'm just gonna light up the areas we're working on first, and then we'll just add lights as we go. I don't have too many lights either, so we got to be a little bit sparse here. We have a lot of repairs to do over here. No, Union. Apparently I'm not allowed to have 2 ships docked at OK Leg. So our other one's floating in space at the moment. Which actually, now that I think about it, it's going to have a battery problem at some point. Yeah. Again, these feel very, very, very clunky. It feels like the game wants me to flip ships, but man, it does not make it painless. Yeah, we're gonna have a power problem. I guess we fly out there with dead power and then we call somebody to do it. Dock at the flotilla. Okay. We could do that. Can we go from the flotilla back here via a shuttle? We could do that. That would work. Okay, let's actually turn off this light. I need to see where it's dark enough that I need to actually install lights. I think I want one in this room because we're going to do a bunch of work in here. We'll have to buy a few more at some point. Or I guess I could uninstall and reinstall. Or it'll fly off, yeah. Okay, so... I think I would rather have June do that than her. I'm gonna let her just stay here and work. Okay, so... I want to... ask for ferry services. I want to go to the flotilla. No, I want to go to intermittent issues. Request. Okay. And pause. Okay. Ferry pickup. The Pacific Airlines Space Service shuttle is arriving. We are going to board the shuttle. You step aboard the shuttle and scan the room for any available seats to strap into. It's a smallish vessel, mostly a mix of folks not looking like they're about to step into the void to spin some wrenches. Indies tend to have their own ships, while day laborers use whatever barge the foreman provides for that shift. So what's left is a crossing the cold void to see a distant friendly face or attend an on-site. Or maybe it's their first leg of a longer voyage. The kind of folk who brought some leftovers to eat en route or a book to read on their PDA. You strap in to avoid delaying them any longer. We'll arrive at destination. Yeah, it's too bad that there's not a way you can pilot yourself into a geostationary orbit. Your shuttle arrives. Confirm. We should be fine. Okay, and they just literally dump here. Okay, that's not too painful, actually. That wasn't very painful. I do have some food here. My floor cookies. We can check our battery here. We're not going to be super duper low. We haven't been gone that long. Yeah, see, we're fine. But I'm more worried about the float away problem. All right, so we're going to fly all the way to the flotilla. I guess we could fly to the nav beacons would be another option. But the flotilla is closer. Okay, so let's do that. Nope, wrong way. Spin that way. Is there a way to see what the general specs buyers want in a ship? I would assume that place I go where I have my ship rated, I assume you'd want to look at that and then try to bring those numbers up. So completed rooms, airtight, power, can maneuver, you need a nav, you need a transponder, you need a antenna. All right, and then zoom. All right, and this ship can actually move, and we don't have the wuss on board, so we can actually probably pull 1.5 Gs. All right, flotilla is a while, a while away. So we're gonna have to accelerate here a decent chunk. We got plenty of O2, plenty of battery. All right, let's do a cool 400. All right, so in 1 hour, yeah, probably less than that. In like 55 minutes, we'd like to be back in seat. So give me a timer. Reset. Uh, 55 minutes. Go. Okay, and I'm not gonna sit in the seat for that one. So take his helmet off. Somebody said make a save. I will do that quick. Razor overwrite. You sure you want to overwrite? Yes. Make sure. So yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get this guy going, then I'm gonna go check on her. This is exactly what I was saying though about them not being autonomous enough to be left alone. We have like the worst of both worlds here. All right, I've also heard that the game sometimes doesn't like it when we do exactly what I'm gonna do. We'll see. Loading between different ships with different characters. It seemed like it was okay. Okay, let's go get her resolved. Oh, she's not gonna be able to buy anything. That's gonna be super duper annoying. All right, it is what it is. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to buy anything. I'm telling you, we need a corporate credit card. Can you have more than 2 characters? I believe you can have a couple more. Let me tell you, 2 is already really painful in my opinion. These mechanics are really half-baked. What are you doing? Okay, she's on a schedule. I'm guessing she's off. She's not off. I see. June leaves for 5 minutes and you go play with your social media apps. Should have bought her a heater. I thought we bought a heater, but apparently we didn't. Can't go to bed. Where are you? Okay, let's see how we do without the helmet on. I want to see if we're okay. Okay, we screwed the station because we sucked out so much air. So it's a little chilly in here and they're having to reheat it. It's not like horrendously bad, it's chilly. Yeah, well, maybe you should have let me park 2 ships here, Caleb. You ever think about that? How bad did we screw these guys? It's fine. It's fine. I would much prefer you actually did some work, though. That's so many alarms. All right, hang on a second. While we're paused, June, are you all right? Where's your timer at? Oh, it's been 4 minutes. Okay, you're running on your treadmill. Make sure you aren't leaking air. I don't think we are. We can close the door and let it recoup here. Come over here. It's not horrendous. Like, we have 75 pressure in here. It's not horrible. But we could stop stealing air for a minute. That's definitely where it's all going. Alright, if I auto you again, are you gonna work? You're certainly not feeling like you're gonna work. She might be trying to fix up some of her other problems here. For whatever reason, every time we load the game, we forget everything we know about her. So we're back to like 27 unknowns, even though we were down to like 10. So a little annoying there, but that's fine. She can do whatever. I don't think she's gonna starve to death. I don't think she's gonna get dehydrated to death, so we're okay. We're only gonna be gone for an hour or 2. It's like we rolled down the window, we gave her a doggy dish, the AC's on. Pigleg has a set amount of O2 and Intel. If you steal too much, they'll run out. Really feels like they didn't think this game through very well. Why don't they buy more oxygen from their other sources? Alright, well they still have some, so that's fine. It's like with the water running out. This should replenish. Might even have to buy them extra. So I go in here and I secretly replace their cans. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it safe enough to not pay full attention to her. She's not gonna die from it being a little bit chilly. I really wish she would go do some work, but you know, it's all right. Why is this door open? Close that. I don't know exactly what you were doing. I guess we have some water in there at least. I probably should fill some snacks in here too for future reference. Okay. You are less likely to die. June, you're much more likely to die. How are we doing on that timer? It's not the timer. Okay, 46 minutes. We can zip. Yeah, I don't know why she's not working on that. She's much more interested in playing around on the station. I'm not going to fight it right now. I'm going to leave her on auto. Hopefully she actually does some work. Tell her she can't leave the ship. I'm worried she's gonna die though when I'm not focusing her. Like I said, the NPCs don't seem to be able to take care of themselves. If you don't tell her to start breathing, she just holds her breath until she dies. June's gonna have to get fit. How are you doing on that? We're somewhere above 5%. I think it shows at 10%, so we're somewhere between 5 and 10. I'm selfishly running on a treadmill according to the game. I feel like we're doing, oh geez, this is gonna age me. What was the song that went really viral for the dance video? It was from OK Go, where they were dancing on the treadmills. That's what I feel like we're doing there when we're running sideways. All right, why don't you go grit some water? Not that one. That one. And freshen up. Exercise. Boy, that's a band I haven't thought about in about a decade. They had a couple good songs. That one was all right. I like the one where they did the song where they drove the car on the racetrack and the car was like hitting various things to be instruments. That was pretty good. Why is there a sword on the ground? I mean, where do you keep your swords if not on the ground? It's a cutlass, thank you very much. Because we're kind of like pirates. Because I have nowhere to put it. Because the spear takes up the entire rack. I feel like we need an armory rack. I mean, having a weapon lockbox on a spaceship probably would be a good idea. How are we doing on that timer? 18 minutes. Hyper advanced. Well, the thing is, we're not hyper advanced. This is like not that advanced, especially if you don't count the fusion torch. The thing is, you don't want to poke any holes in your ship. Hence why we don't use most of the guns, and there's only the one gun that's okay to use. A bin for my gun. Okay, I don't trust this enough to leave it running, but we are past the 2-hour mark, and I definitely need to refresh my tea here. So I am gonna hit pause. Unfortunately, I wish I could leave it running, but I just don't trust this to still be running when I return. And I'm gonna tell YouTube that it can run ads while we're AFK for a minute here. If you're not blocking those, I appreciate you. I did find a way to do this without lo-fi. At least people tell me it works, so hopefully they're not lying to me. So we will start that. We will start the Fiverr, and I will be right back with some fresh tea. Get up, get yourself a stretch. Okay. Yeah, I guess one of the lessons to be learned here is if we're going to do ship flipping, one person flies the thing we want to sell back to OK Leg. One person flies the other ship over to the flotilla and then ferries over. And I guess that has to be your main character because the other person is too poor and can't use the ferry system. Is there no way I can just give them company money? That seems really weird. That's not the menu. Timer. 13 minutes, okay. Yep, keep at it. Oop, and I'm still on Be Right Back. Okay, hang on. Let's bring that timer down. Let's hop in the seat. I gotta clean my glasses before I turn my camera back on. Hang on 1 second. I swear, I'm having one of those days where every 2 seconds there's something on my glasses. So weird. I can go like weeks without having to clean them, and then you'll have that day where it's like every 5 seconds there's something on them. And today is that day for me, apparently. Ugh. Okay. All right. Now with vision restored. Okay. Whoops. No, not wanted. Hey, Takom. Game looks cool. Never heard of it. It's been pretty fun. You definitely have to have a pretty decent tolerance for fiddliness and jank. But if you do, especially if you have loot goblin tendencies like I do, I think there's a lot here. I think I'm just gonna fly our son in here. Let's go ahead and turn off our timer. We'll just do it this way. Okay, we're 15 minutes out. Let's slow down ever so slightly. And crew, let's look at Sophia and make sure she's not dying. You can pay them more and then they'll have more money. I guess there's something to be said about trying to pay them enough they could at least use the ferry. Let's see what she does here. What are you doing? Okay, she's sleeping. That's fine. I did set her up to have a sleep time. Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, well, hold on. If you're gonna do that, because we have to load back and forth. Love the control pads. I do like that too. There's something to be said about actually having the fiddliness of touching that. What was the mech game that did that? Okay, she has her helmet off. I just wanted to make sure. There was a mech game where like you were in the pilot seat and you had to push all the buttons and whatnot. I think there's a new one of those coming out too, after like decades. Okay, June, get in the pilot seat. Another one that I'm kind of interested in, what's it called? Mech Engineer, I think is what it's called. Another very fiddly game. Right up our alley, apparently. So at some point we will probably do that. Are we selling the second ship with a profit or a loss? Well, right now it would be a loss. I need to go park this ship because it's gonna float away, people are telling me. And it will at some point run out of power, so I need to have it dock somewhere, and the only other safe dock is the flotilla. So I'm gonna park this ship, and then I'm gonna ferry back to OK Leg, then we're gonna work on the ship, sell the ship, and then I will ferry back here, and then I will fly the ship back to go pick up our other worker. So, convoluted, to say the least. Very convoluted. Steel Battalion. There you go. I never played it, but I know of it. You bought it the second you saw somebody flip console switches. It does have a tactile feel to it, and especially like the little like analog clicky buttons on this. These do it for me. I won't lie. So satisfying in real life when you have buttons like that to click. Okay, we need to start braking pretty hard. Maybe not that hard, because apparently I was in ×8. It's a little faster than that, June. Bring it down to 100. There we go. And actually, hang on, let's get out of this times. We need to fix some course corrections here. Alright, get rid of the cross velocity a little bit. Bring down, no, bring up the bearing slightly. Slightly. Okay. Are you gonna flip the ship to try to get more? I will probably fiddle with it for the rest of the episode, and by the end of this episode, I'd like to sell it. So we'll see how much we can get done in about an hour and a half. And part of it is, in fiddly games, you just need to do the thing. If you try to like learn everything from a guide or having people help you and be perfect on your first time, you're never gonna do it. So like here is a learning experience. I should have just had June fly this over here originally rather than what I did. So you just need to do it and experience it, in my opinion. And then next time I'll just know more, you know? Okay, we're 1 minute out. We're in our zippy ship, so I don't need to be too careful with speeds. I'm down just a little bit. Okay, clear. Hail ship, flotilla, docking. Request docking. Docking. Okay, we're in 1x. 2K out, going 100. Okay, speed us up. Slow us down. Okay, I don't remember what the docking distance on this is, so I'm going to slow down extra. Let's go down to like 50. Yeah, let's go down even more. 30. We're pretty aligned and good. There we are. And we're loading apparently. You went to buy the game and found out you already owned it? Nice. I was going through my Steam list the other day looking for something, and there's several games in there I'm like, I have literally no memory of this game. I'm pretty sure at some point Steam must have given it to me for free, because there's no way I would have like bought this. So that was a little weird experience. Okay, so here I want to buy the pass, and I would like to go to okay, they're gonna charge me an extra 900, like 800 bucks to go to, oh no, that's the nav beacons, right? Yeah, we want to go here. Okay, I was gonna say, why are you charging me more to go to OK Leg when I could go to Blessed Bean? But these are the same. All right, request. Pickup ETA is 53 minutes. Sure, I guess. I guess we'll auto task while we wait. Can I cancel that and do stuff, or is that going to get rid of it? Come in here and auto task. You have nothing to do, June. You're telling me you have nothing you could work on. Thank you. Okay, and then are we still... Yes. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Like, you wouldn't have a taxi just hanging out at the pirate station. Annoying, though, either way. And Sophia's going to be asleep for a really long time, so nothing to fiddle with over there. You know what? We're hungry. Let's eat. And then go back to auto task. Who lives out here? Pirates live out here. There's a junk station. We were through here in one of the previous episodes. It's complete trash. Basically, there was a disgruntled lady. She welded her ship onto a fusion core, and people have just been welding ships to it ever since. So it's just a whole bunch of like wrecked ships that are all welded together, and pirates and criminals live here. Really should have just not installed the battery you bought until you're ready to fly to K-Leg. Only fly to K-Leg once you're ready to sell. That looks really glowy. You restore the thruster. You thought K-Leg was a crap hole? Yeah, well, welcome to this. All right, apparently we have restored everything, so I guess we'll exercise. Hey guys, enjoy the hour-long cab ride with me while I smell like spacer. Moist spacer. I'm gonna take off my space boots while I'm on there too. We checked it out last time we were here. There's nothing I particularly want to buy or anything at the moment, so. We tried to make a friend, but it didn't work out. You know, there's just nothing I want, so I'm just gonna let the time burn. I want to try to get some repairs so we can sell this before we end. Space funk. That's our tip. We'll leave that lingering smell on the ship for them. Okay, we're tired. And stinky. Alright, well, you've had enough of a breather. Get back to it, Chunky. You're at 10% yet? You're not even at 10% yet. Get back on there. Actually, hang on a second. Before that shows up, now that I think about it, we want to turn off some of our juice. Actually, we should check that. That's a good question. Can I refuel here? I'm sure the answer has to be yes, right? Because I'm pretty sure you could play out of here if you wanted to. Yeah, look how crappy this place is. But that being said, I don't know where you would do that. Cargo kiosk, that's not it. I'm pretty certain you can. If you can't refuel here, that's actually a major problem. Bulkhead bin. The guy sleeping in the bathroom, classic. Okay. Nav console. Yeah, I think, wasn't Sierra the one we tried to be friends with? Does anyone know for sure? Is there a place on here where we can refuel? I'm probably gonna miss it while I'm just stumbling around. Okay, that's like the drug guy. Got a guy moonwalking here. I mean, they must get fuel from somewhere, right? Air pumps. Oh, for a second I thought that was meat. I was like, oh goodness, you guys are not gonna have a fun time. Coffee machine. Is this a station? It is. It's the pirate station. If we can't, I mean, it would be annoying. It would be really annoying. We'd just have to sell before, we'd have to sell the ship before we run out of enough battery here to get back. I guess we could uninstall our battery. Maybe that's what I should just do. Everything else will be fine. Is there really no place to refuel here? I refuse to believe that's the case. I have to believe that I'm just blind. It should be near the entrance, I would expect. Battery charger. Where do you sleep? Oh, next to the fusion torch. Don't worry about it. It's nice and warm. Okay. This should not be, this should just be a cargo. Yeah, that's just a cargo one. Okay, you're gonna buy other things. I guess they don't. It would be a 4x4 or a 2x2 kiosk looking thing. I think it's like red or orange or yellow, one of the three. Okay, well, how long do we have? 12 minutes. All right, then let's just go uninstall our battery. I guess that's a reason why we would want a shut-off switch. Not easily, Axe. I don't have the switch installed. We have this, but it only turns off a couple things. All right, come over here. You uninstall. Okay, well, again, you know, you just have to do it to learn. That's a reason why I would want a full shut-off switch. Helmet, we're fine. We're fully pressurized in here. You have to lock your ship. Yeah, I guess we can do that too. Okay, one battery uninstalled. Come over here. Pick up. Drag you inside. Drop. Okay, when I take this battery off, this door is not going to work, so we're going to have to leave that open. I'm not sure this is going to actually work. So if we uninstall this... I guess we drag one battery in here and install it, because I'm not going to be able to close this door, right? Because there's no power. Can I install you somewhere in here that gets me power? I can. Yeah, this is gonna be really weird. Okay, so now we have power. Move over here. Close that. No, we don't have power. Oh, I don't have conduit running through here. All right, well, if you actually mean that, then there's nothing for it. There's my ride. Oh, no, never mind. I'm clobbered by the memory of the dumbest thing I ever said. Yeah, tell me. All right, and I can't put a code on that. Doesn't have power. All right, it is what it is. Not being able to dock two ships at OK Leg is stupid. That's all I have to say. All right, pass. 6 minutes. All right, do it. Wait a minute. I bet you it'll teleport me outside my ship. I bet you I don't actually need that to work. Let's reinstall this for a second. Do that quick. We're fast at things, it's fine. I don't think the game's smart enough to know. Okay, so close that. Give us the lock. And it was 111 is our code, so... Just in time. Okay, so I have one in battery. I wish I could uninstall that battery, but we should be able to get home on one battery. It'll be fine. Board the shuttle. Confirm. I wish I would have thought about that sooner. And it does teleport me outside my ship. We may need the crowbar to get back into our own ship when we get back there. Are we loading? Can't tell if we're loading. Yes. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Daddy's home. What are you doing, Sophia? Have you done your chores? You've been sleeping. Am I mad at you? Let's find out. You were supposed to be sleeping from 18 to 23. It is currently 10 a.m. Am I reading that right? Yeah, it is currently 10 a.m. and you're sleeping, and you're supposed to go on sleep. All right. You just do you. June, let's actually do some work around here. All right, are you going to be okay as we are? Let's go get the heater. That just needs to happen. I don't know how that didn't buy the previous time. So. The helmet's fine. The helmet's fine. I know you're very worried about the helmet. It's pressurized. It's just chilly. As for tools, we have the tools that we would use for this. We may need to buy some batteries, though. This was not where I meant to go. Nope. Other zone. Wait, it is running like chunk tonight. I wonder if it's trying to keep both my ships loaded, and that's causing it problems. Okay, no, we're not restoring the light. Oh my goodness. No. Wow. We may need to restart it just for functionality's sake here. Let me try to power through this. We may have to restart because it's just, I think we hit memory leak. Okay, cooler and heater. Yes and yes. Send it to the JTX. Accept. Okay, that did go through. Take me down here. Transit. Back to the port. Now your math's off there. We're at about 1.15. Oof. I do hope they get the memory leak solved. Yeah, we bought the ship for 911. We invested about 100,000 into it, and then I bought another 50, 60K, give or take. I should have saved. You can do it, June. Load. You can bring a small battery at K-Leg. That's a good thought. I don't remember the game saying pause when I was on these load screens before. Is that new, or am I just not remembering? Okay, let's make a save because we are obviously having problems. Yes, overwrite that, please. Confirm. I'm assuming it's not unload. Like, I'm assuming what it's happening is it didn't unload our other ship, which means it has a second station loaded. That is really chugging. I mean, it's not the most beefy system ever, but this is a pretty beefy system, and this isn't maxing me out, so it's definitely just a leak. Okay, and I'd like to go back in. I guess since we have a minute, because I'm gonna have to stall here, just out of curiosity, because we have several people who have been around for at least the summer. How did you guys find the summer schedule that I used this year? So I did the 4-hour to me morning stream and then 4-hour to me evening stream. That was very sustainable for me. I actually like longer streams because I feel like I can concentrate and get things done a little bit better, but people don't watch more than about 4 hours. So that seemed to kind of be like the good kind of between point. Auto save. Okay, so this one. Yeah, load that one. Someone was great. Okay, I'll probably do a post on YouTube asking people for some feedback, just so I can think ahead for next year. Like I said, I'd prefer to actually do one long stream, But the problem is people don't watch all the way through. So if it's not a stream that generates like memberships and super chats, and then people also don't watch the VOD, there's not a lot of value there. Whereas the 4-hour ones, people tend to watch those if they're going to watch them. Let you catch at least one stream. That is nice. Okay. And we are up here. Okay. Okay. Hop on in there. Just for Axe, we'll put our helmet on. Okay. And then heater first because we're cold. Install. Sure. It's right in here. And we do have a thermostat. All right, so you control panel, input, thermostat, done, auto. All right, you install. Sure. I don't think we would need the cooler, but I guess if we're gonna do one, we may as well. Wait, whoa. Did I just see that we blew a hole here? We are leaking some air. We are leaking some air. All right, let's go see what's going on here. You, prepare. There it is. There it is. Yep, you were right, Axe. Unable to comply. All right, what are we missing? Also, my UI reset. Items given, item required, welder. We have welder. What are we short on? We're missing carbon fiber. Okay. Let's go buy some carbon fiber. From scrap trade. All right. We want to, no, not sell, buy. Steel, carbon fiber. Give me one. Again, we'll close all of our quests because they reload every time we come in. To me, accept. All right, let's go do that. Repair. There you go. So we bled Caleb like man vanilla says. Yep. Maybe they should have let me park 2 ships so I could have concentrated. This is their fault, frankly. I'm not to blame. If I'd been able to focus. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with a big wall repair. I'm going to actually queue it by hand. I guess it's a moot point because it could be anything that would break. Okay, wall looks fine. Floor, can I repair you? Unable to comply. Okay, cancel it. All right, auto task, go, June. I have no idea what he's going to choose to do, but good luck. We're repairing a CO2 alarm. Okay, we did have a CO2 alarm. There you go. Sure. Yeah, I kind of think, in fact, I kind of think I'm going to agree with you guys. All right. You lazy bum, get up. You're done. You had your chance. You ruined it. Get out here. Yep, wake up. Put your helmet on. You got oxygen? We got oxygen. You got battery? We got battery. Got battery? We got battery. All right, come here. This time I'm going to make you work. Get in here. Get in here. All right, you can also close that door. All right. You are no longer allowed to disembark. All right, get to work. Okay, interesting choice. They seem to like to repair objects more than they like to repair walls. Although I guess that's because of my settings. I should probably change that for our current situation. So repair should be down 1 and restore should stay at 2. And that way they should repair first, or restore first before they repair anymore. I'll let them finish what they're doing. All right. Do it, team. I'm hoping this must mean this is the worst area, and that's why they're choosing to come over here. I wish this said restore instead of repair. Do we have the damage view? Let's see. No, I don't. I like the visor changes in theory, but in practice, they haven't been very fun, I'll say. Maybe if I had started the playthrough without all the extra bells and whistles. I do wish it was software instead of that, or I could get a PDF that had more slots, so I could just upgrade to the point that I have all the things. Because, I mean, I guess what I should do is I should have a different PDF, or a different PDA, that has different functionalities, and then I should go switch them out when I'm doing various things. But that's just, again, more inventory management. We're already doing a lot of inventory management. I'm assuming this must mean this area was the worst. Otherwise, I don't know why they would have run over here to start with. So it is what it is, I guess. We need to be very close attention to their dying. Also, apparently, my proximity alarm. All right, that's gonna have to get turned off, because that's gonna annoy the crap out of me. All right, come over here. Use. All right, this ship will never fly again under my, so I don't need to worry too much about that. All right, auto task. Yep, just repair whatever. Yeah, it's fine. All right, super speed. You had 2 cards that got you all the views. Oh, nice. Yeah, that would definitely be what you'd want to do. Like I said, I wish they were software, or there was a software version of it, maybe. That wouldn't be quite so painful to acquire. Shifting around cards would be really annoying. It's cool you have a med bed. That is true. That is true. I would love to repair that so he can sleep in it, but I think we need to worry about holes busting out more than we need to worry about luxury. What else am I going to do? It depends on this. If we fixed up some more rooms, apparently by having the correct room, we increase the value. So that would be pretty easy to do. Like we could reinstall the nav thing up here and put a door on and have a cockpit. I think we need a door on the medical bay, and that would be another one we could do. But that's going to be a few minutes away here for sure. We do need to keep tabs on oxygen. Pressure looks fine. Battery. Getting a little low. We're on the station, though, so we can run out there and change out batteries easily enough. Well, if you ever wanted to get your skill higher, Sophia, now is going to be your opportunity. I wish we could see your skills. Yeah, I don't know. I find that really weird. Like, I can tell her when to poop, but I can't see her skills. It just seems weird to me. Either I should be in control of the character or I shouldn't be in control of the character. We're in this weird, awkward middle ground with this current system. I already see a lot of repaired floor over here, so that's a good sign at least. You'd believe that it's very important we fix the toilet. I mean, we can use the station one, so under my power, this ship will never fly again. So whatever increases the value is what we want to work on. Yeah, we are zipped. I mean, 36 times versus 4.4. June definitely wins the race here. Only 18. I wonder what skill that was. Yeah, this would be a really interesting ship, but I think I would want this. I wish you could start with something like this. I don't mind actually having the super high debt. I think that adds interesting. Sometimes it depends on what she's repairing. You have like a bajillion different skills. So robot engineering, spaceship engineering, construction, combat engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. So it just depends on what skill she's having to use. But yeah, I mean, she'll get there too. I mean, June didn't start with most of those skills either. We did it through hard work. Okay, when that battery gets down to about 10%, we'll go change that out. He is lower than hers, so we should be fine. Yeah, she's at 46. It shows up over here on the right-hand side. We're at 20 at the moment. We should, for most of these repairs, be using our welders, and these welders have, like, they're super OP. They have humongous batteries somehow. Did I sell other ships before? No, I haven't. In one of my, before I started streaming playthroughs, I sold my starting ship and I bought a different ship, but I've never like flipped a ship like what we're trying to do. Buy a derelict, fix it up, and then sell it for more. When that battery gets to 10%, we'll go replace it, and then we'll also go check on the value, and we'll see how much our work has done here. We've added a heater, a cooler, and we've done some repairing. Last time we looked, I think it was 580,000, something like that, give or take. And just to double check, your O2 was better too, right? Yes, it was. Don't want to be on you. Let me on June. There we go. What happened in the past 11 streams? Salvage happened, Abby. Much salvage. We started with like a $900,000 mortgage that we had to pay like, what was the beginning one? Like 5K every few hours. So a lot of our money went into paying off all the debt that we had. We paid it off in like 4 days or something. It was crazy fast. Enclosed rooms boost the value. Yep. That's what people have been telling me. At least after that fresh reload, we don't seem to be chugging too bad. K-Leg definitely chugs a lot more than doing this in space, though. Shift ending in 5 minutes. All right. We owe anything? Net profit minus 41K. All right, we'll pay our 2K. There you go. We had to pay our 2 tickets. Our Uber driver. Space Uber. June's a free man. June is a free man. Yep. We paid off all that debt. Hit the jackpot. I mean, it's law of large numbers, right? Like, how many wrecks did we salvage? 20, 30 of them? And we had maybe 3 cargo ships in that amount, I would say. And we lost a few. One of which I'm pretty sure was to a bug that got fixed in a patch, where characters just randomly jettison stuff. And I know I misclicked once and I jettisoned one of them. So that would be another like 30 to 50K that we could have earned. Yeah, if I saw one of these ships early on in a playthrough, I'd love to get it. Although early, you still would need the 900K to buy the ship. And even when you sell your starter ship, you don't lose the mortgage. You still owe the money. And you owe way more than that ship's worth. Struggle for profit. I mean, yes, but I mean, we did pay off a 900K mortgage in like a week. I wish that was reality. This game's a lot like working a job. Yep. I would definitely say this is on like the simulation spectrum. We are a salvaging guy, and I guess once you get your fusion torps, you could do a trader and be a space trucker. Yeah, if it was easier to dock two ships, it'd be kind of interesting to have like two employees, and then their main focus is to fix up the ship, and then have your main character be the guy that goes out and finds new ones to buy, and then gets minimal repairs to get it back to K-Leg. And you can kind of multitask. I don't know how valuable that would be, though, just the way this runs. I paid it off in 3 days. June is a business beast. Need to watch the preview. I thought it was a pretty fun playthrough. It was relatively popular, so take that as you will. I guess people enjoyed it. Yeah, not too much to say here other than just keep repairing. We're down to 12%, so in 2% I'll change batteries, and then we also will go look and see what the sell price has been doing. I'd say we've repaired, I don't know, maybe 10% of the ship. It was awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do try. It's always so difficult when you're looking at series because there's so many different statistics to say what is or isn't popular. Like, this hasn't been a profitable series. I don't think this game's even paid for itself. But view-wise, it's been doing pretty decent. And watch time's been doing pretty decent. So people have definitely enjoyed it. But then again, you can have stuff like Tale of Immortal was an absolutely bad performing series for months. I did that back in December, January, maybe into February. But then over the summer when I did the House of Legacy playthrough, that series like really popped off because the House of Legacy people went and watched it. And that went from a pretty bad series to like the second best series on the channel. I have no idea, Axe, not off the top of my head. If people are watching live, let's say you get 2 ads, that's like a penny that I would get. If people watch the VOD, YouTube puts a little more ads in that, and I might get a couple pennies. So it really comes down to YouTube premium viewers and the kind generosity of viewers like you. Have I played Immortal Way of Life? I haven't. I know what it is. It'll probably happen at some point on the channel. It's kind of interesting because I have like 3 audiences. Like, we have the Dominions audience that only watches Dominions. We have the kind of Asian game, Chinese game, Japanese game audience, and they generally just watch that. And then we have the like more strategy, RPG, the other stuff. And those people tend to be a little more, they'll watch different things. So it's the downside of doing a channel like this, because everyone on YouTube will tell you you should pick one game and only do that one game and maybe something adjacent to it. But I would get so bored. I couldn't do Dominions for almost 2 years straight and no other game. Also, my battery's getting low. I would get bored and I would burn out. And then what happens when Dominions is finished? My channel just ends. So I think that just like a cultivation game, we're building a strong base here by having various audiences and various different things. I need to go change his roster. You are allowed to disembark. So I can't really complain. We're way ahead of my goal. My goal for this, by November, I wanted to be at 5K subs. So we are way ahead of that. So I'm very happy with that. We passed 6K just this weekend, which was kind of my new sub goal, as it were. Oh, well, thank you, Abby. Very generous. Congratulations to Dyer440 for the gifted membership. Make sure you give Abby a thanks there. Very appreciated, man. Okay, battery change out. So flip that into here. New battery in. Take off your helmet for a minute. All right, let's go peek at our value and see how we're doing. Not exactly riveting gameplay here, but I mean, we just need to do the repairs, so it is what it is. It's your favorite cultivation game? Really? I assume you're talking about, what's it, Life of a Mortal? Yeah. There. I need to move my chat around here. It's zooming the game in and out as I do it. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to go back to House of Legacy, Chunky. I enjoyed my playthrough. We did meet the goal that I wanted to do while I was doing that. But we had the weird thing where so many new mechanics have been added mid-playthrough. The balance of my game was super wonky. So it definitely needed to end. It was a good time for that. And I'm definitely going to go back and we'll do a playthrough. Probably when it hits 1.0. Okay, rate my ship. How we doing? We doing better? I love how it has a rating process while we're in pause. Oh, well, happy birthday, Abby. Well, appreciated, Axe. Okay, no change here. So we haven't changed any stats. Let's see if we've changed price. Sell. Not really. A few thousand is all we've managed to do, but we have to fix the problems, and this makes it look like we might have a hole in the floor back here. Looking at this, we just need to fix the holes if we're going to do any other work, so we don't die. So I'm not impressed with the value we got out of the repairs so far. One thing I did appreciate from House of Legacy was the availability of using blueprints. Those are available for channel members on the Discord. Go to the file channel. Because yeah, I agree. Like, it's fun enough to decorate, but when you're doing like your 10th rice farm, a little less interesting. All right, are we okay in here? We're okay in here, but let me make sure we don't have a air leak. That certainly looks like we had a leak back here. Because it looked like it was showing there was a hole. It was way in the back here. Seeing things spark, I mean, that's worrisome. I don't think it was here. It was more towards the middle. Like the grind? Okay, I think it's this thing. All right, let's get this actually repaired. Are we... I can't see past this UI element, which is the story of this game. Okay, our pressure's the same. No, it seems like we're not leaking anything in here. We could not reach location while repairing. Unable to comply. Okay, we need 2 mechanical parts and 5 aluminum. 2 mechanical, 5 aluminum. Oh, it could be. As long as we're not leaking, that's fine. I just want to make sure we're not having problems. Okay, 2 mechanical. Let's just give it to me. And 5 aluminum. I could also see this floor thing being a leak if it has holes. So I would totally buy that. And this looks about to be the right place. And it definitely looks like it has a hole in it. Okay, Union agrees that was the hole. That's kind of what I thought too. Yeah, and she rushed over here. I have a feeling they prioritize things they think are going to break. So that, again, adds credence to that. Yeah, let's get that repaired up. I'm a little disappointed that the amount of repairs we've done didn't up the value more than what we've seen so far. Although this might have been giving us a pretty big ding. Yeah. In fact, let's just not even think about it. Let's just go change her battery. Yeah, she's at 26. That's fine. We'll keep their batteries around the same, so when I do June's, I can do hers too. Oh man, we are chugging. No, she's also gonna have to be rostered, disembark okayed. All right, come down here. Inventory. Pause, switch out your battery. There you go. All right, back to work. Also, let's make sure these airlocks are closed so we don't gas the station any more than we already have. All right, get to it. All right, time 16. Yeah, we probably should keep that door open. No, we have... Do we? We do have oxygen in here. Man, this is chugging again. It does not like this. Let's go down to times 8. Yeah, we have oxygen in here. I'm not sure how. Up to 16? Okay. It just doesn't like it if I have the, it doesn't like when I mouse over the oxygen levels, I guess. K-leg chug. K-leg chug. Yes. Yeah. Another lesson would be if you were doing this in space, you would have a lot less lag, so you could stay in time 16 easier. Be sure she doesn't disembark. I don't think they can fly by themselves. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I could tell her to fly somewhere and she would do it. I would have to be on her and I would have to do it myself. Oh. Yeah, the scary thing is we just have to make sure everything is repaired because all it takes is one floor blowing out and we die. So we do just need to kind of finish this entire project. Yeah, keep working on that. Yeah, I think I might buy a door, Union, because if I remove a door, we're gonna remove a room. I think in this case it would be better to add the door. I think we also might want to put one on the med bay. I think those two are probably... There's probably some value to be made there, buying doors. But again, we just need to fix this floor first. Like, we just need to get that done. Then we can play with remodeling. I guess one of the downsides to such a big ship. And since I'm not keeping it, I don't need it to look beautiful, so we can just buy whatever kind of walls and floors and whatever is in stock. Add some more lights. I mean, the lights aren't, they're not super expensive, but they're not super cheap either. Medbay, cockpit, storage, engineering, bathroom. Yep. No one wants an unlimited ship of horrors? Well, it's unlimited. You can't... How can you put a price on an unlimited ship of horrors? I don't think you can. But if I had to, it'd be about 1.3 million, and you should totally pay me that out. Sometimes you have to salvage a room to make a room. All right, Grandpa, keep rocking in your rocking chair. You used a prescription pain reliever. You're telling me I used a nanite repair. Does that mean that was wore off, or we actually have that on? That's Sophia. Give me June. Okay, slow down, Jane. You're choking yourself to death. Take me to June. Okay, that is Sophia. Take me to June. June. Are you good? Okay. Yeah, he needs to go re-up that. How are we doing? Yeah, we probably should. Actually, how are we doing on the doll? Okay, we don't have any more pain points. I think we're just gonna pain relieve it from here. If I do go down there again, I will do that. I really wish we had a damaged view. I don't suppose if we flip to her, I don't suppose you have a damaged one. No, you just have default. Okay. I guess that's another thing you could do. One set of tools on one character, one set of tools on the other. For visor stuff until you get them all. You're feeling hungry. Alright, yeah, I could eat. How are you working up more of an appetite than her? Because you've eaten. You ate on the ship. Does him exercising make him eat more? Alright, well, come over here. No sense not taking care of it because it's going to slow our work speed down. Doesn't the ship have a bulkhead? The doors act as bulkheads, but they also don't let any air through. We would need to put some auto vents in if we wanted to kind of do something like that. That would work the way you're thinking. All right, buy me 3 of those and I'll hold on to them. Accept. All right, and then we're going to eat one of those. Eat. We had a gratifying culinary experience. All right, well, gratify your way back onto the ship, June. All right, get to it. Okay, that's a good sign. We have at least the entryway done. That's something. Isn't Sophia a beast? I mean, it was a team effort. It was a team effort. But yes, I think it was more about having 2 people. Because one of us, I think June kept tackling the pirate while she just absolutely cut the crap out of him with the cutlass. So, yeah. I think for the next character we make, I may pay the points at character gen to get rid of the unfit at least. We got rid of the one that makes us take more damage. We would have died if we had that. So getting rid of that one, the bad blood one, and I think the unfit one, because we tired out way too soon. Having that extra fatigue would have been way less dangerous. And then instead of the treadmill on our ship, we would have the weight machine on our ship, and we would work on that. Also, if you're weak, you can still shoot a gun. So again, that's a way we could get around that. But, you know, just like with flipping the ship, you just have to do it. You have to play the game to see why things work the way they work. Like, for me, you know, this is the greed build, right? Well, if I can get rid of this trait by playing, I'll just not spend the points. But in practicality, that is painful. We're at 5%. Like, I would need June to be on that treadmill, like, 10 hours a day every day for like a week to get rid of that trait. Lack of light and the meat. A supper club. Oh, we finished a nook. Excellent, excellent. Okay, that looks really damaged in that room. I won't lie. That looks pretty dang damaged. We also didn't need any conduit blowing out. We got so lucky that they were missing a single piece of conduit. That also could have been a bit of an ordeal, having to repair like 50 conduits. Or I should say install 50 conduits. I'm actually shocked how low value this place was after buying it. Because this was not in bad shape. Not in bad shape at all. I wonder if that previous evaluation we just did was because of that hole in the floor. Because I feel like we should have gotten more than a couple thousand for the amount of repairs we did. Maybe I'm wrong. Are there no broken lights? I don't think so. I think somebody took all the lights off. The ones that are here are ones I bought and installed myself. June gave out first. Yeah, he pooped out. But the teamwork definitely worked. He kept tackling, and then I guess whoever tackles gets to recover faster. So he just spammed that while she just absolutely cut the crap out of him or stabbed him. I don't remember who had what weapon. I guess it also helped that we had better weapons too. But the first fight we tried to shank. The second fight we had, I think we had a crowbar and a spear, or a crowbar and a cutlass. Something like that. And we just bashed the crap out of him. Hey, she's up to 8.8. Getting somewhere. Alright, they're both stinky. And she could use the bathroom. Alright, let's give you a quick break. Come on down to K-Leg. Come over here. Use the potty. Alright, and then back to work. No reason to not be stinky because you're just going to immediately have it happen again, so. Yep, we beat him unconscious and then we threw him out of the airlock. Another thing we learned, that red toolbox holds way more than your yellow one. So at the beginning of the game, I think that's another tool I would be interested in buying. In the early game, the ship space is so bloody valuable. Wait a minute. Watching drama reruns. And I just don't know what her things are. She might be ready to go crazy, so maybe we better let her. Alright, you can take a few minutes. Alright, let's also... Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's give you some sleep time too. We'll see if we can get this. I would love it if I could get this to full auto for a little bit. Okay, nothing to pay. It's hard to tell on her because, like, on June, we can see how bad he is. Like, he's feeling that social problem, but I can't see it on her. So, I don't know. That's just an issue there. 36 times speed on the repairs. Not bad. I mean, and frankly, like, he's over, like, let's say generically about 10 times faster than her. So, I mean, he is going to get way more work done than she is. She's mainly doing it for the skill up at the moment. Although, you know, 2 hands is 2 hands. Anything big happened after we found the ship? We've been repairing it. It's up to about 550, 560 bucks at the moment. We had a decompression event. But other than that, we've just been working on it. We added a heater, a cooler, a couple lights. We fixed a hole that we found, and we're currently fixing it so that we don't have any explosive decompression events. So we're working on it. I don't think that just repairing the ship is going to give us 500,000 value. I don't think that at all. So like here, we could seal this off, and this will give us another engineering room. We can seal off this for a med bay, and wherever the cockpit thing is for a cockpit. So that'd be a couple more rooms. So that should be some value there at the cost of doors and a couple walls. But I think I agree, like people said in chat, step one is we just need to make sure this thing's not going to explode while we're in here. So we just need to go around and repair all the things. Literally all the things. Yeah. It's unfortunate that there's only one level of skill. It'd be nice if these had multiple levels, because we would definitely be multiple leveled in some of them. June is good. I mean, June's not stopping. It's Sophia who's the bum. She's on sleepy time. That's fine. This is probably going to be a multi-day project. So when he gets tired, we'll make him sleep if it's not already roster sleep time. He's at 1800. I'm kind of interested to see how well they can do just on auto. She just drank some water, I think. So that's something. You can only physically repair stuff so fast. That's true. That's true. It's kind of like when you watch people who work on like assembly lines and they're like really good and it's just like so ridiculously fast because, you know, you've done it probably hundreds of thousands of times, but there is still a limit, right? Or even a robot, there is a limit. You can only move stuff so fast. I would say I feel like we're probably at least a third of the way through repairs. We haven't really done much over here, so like that third is untouched. And I'm pretty sure we didn't actually finish the back. Get them, June. How are we doing on charge? Absolutely fine. These Webbers are also ridiculously OP. It's kind of weird to me that they went through the trouble of having so many different tools and then give you a tool that replaces almost everything. We are using a little bit of GOT. I might need to buy another battery. They're dirt cheap, so it's not like it's a problem. Contract out repairs. That would be interesting. Like hire a repair crew and it would just do it, just like we buy the oxygen and other things. Could be interesting. I don't know. Sometimes, like, it's a fine line to walk, right? Like, sometimes the fiddliness is annoying and too much, but sometimes it's also, it gives you the value. Like, anyone here who's played Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, have you ever, like, actually got a vehicle up and running, like a cool vehicle up and running, and you had, like, you know, an oven and a washing machine and a refrigerator and solar panels and an electric engine? It's really satisfying. But God, it is fiddly to get to that point. It is very fiddly to get to that point. But the fiddliness gives you the payoff. If you could just one-click build it, it wouldn't feel important or valuable. At least in my opinion. I did that feel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And this game gives me that same thing, right? Like, from where our starter ship started to what we built into, as humble as it still is, it's like, I did that. Like, I fixed that. I found that part. I scavenged that thing. I don't know. To me, that's satisfying. Built a full base out in the woods, log cabin and everything. Nice. Yeah, I have also, I mean, I have more plans than I have time, obviously, but I have been thinking about doing a Project Zomboid run. It's been like 5 years or something since I played. There's an eternal early access game for you, but Yeah, that might be a fun one to hop in. I know that does relatively well, and I played a lot of that back when I used to play. My multiplayer friend group was into it. Super BS zombie spawn. Nice. Yeah, some people were telling me about, I don't know, one of the branches from Cataclysm that maybe at some point I'll try it again. The main line just absolutely went to crap. They took all the fun stuff out. So, I don't know. Designed by committee, unfortunately. You felt good when you got your reactor running? Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like, it's hard to know where that line is because that line is different for every person, right? Like, maybe there's somebody out there that's really excited to put their left and right shoe on in this game, but that's obviously over the line for me. I just wish I could click a button and put my shoes on and not have to fiddle. Like, that's obviously too much for me. But the same thing, like, I'm sure there's people who don't like having to do this and would prefer a one-click repair button. Maybe the foot guy. Oh, here's some value. Getting the air pumps fixed. All right, I'm gonna chance it. Okay, our pressure's looking really nice in here. Okay. I guess staying on times 8 runs a lot better than 16. K-Leg seems to really struggle on 16. All right, she's still sleeping. She's gonna be for quite a while. Yeah, another thing that we could do when we're not flipping ships, we should collect things like doors. If we're coming back on one of those runs where we're not quite full, but we don't quite want to go back, go to another wreck, extra doors would be a good one. Like right here, it looks like we're missing a door. And so it's just stockpiling doors on K-Leg. I do think they should make a thing. Give me a kiosk where we can rent storage space on K-Leg, and we can put our items in there rather than just littering the floor. That feels like a weird thing that, or people should steal things if you just leave them in that hallway. Because why can't one of those bums grab one and haul it over to We Buy Scrap and just sell it? So that's something for sure. What else did we need here? I guess a heater and a cooler, although there's also a line there too, right? Like, how much is the juice worth versus the squeeze? Maybe it's just better to buy 25,000 worth of heater and cooler and install it yourself. Because you think that's a grill? I don't know what this room was. It looks like it should be like a bathroom or a bedroom or something, but it's missing all the furniture. Yeah, a door here would turn this into a cockpit, and we may do that one. How are we doing on that tool? We're still all right. Every once in a while, he has to use his power screwdriver, but not too often. Most of this is weld work. Looks like a kitchen, I guess. Can you cook anything yourself in this game? Or is that not a thing? A kitchenette? Oh, getting fancy, are we? No cooking. Makes sense. We can't barbecue up that meat? Little charbroil. Make sure it's really cooked. Well, I don't know when we're going to start, but one of the games that is coming very soon, I think we're going to try to do a playthrough of Dustland Delivery, and there is cooking in that game. So we're going to do some zombie apocalypse trucking. Hopefully Highly Educated Trucker will be there to give us some pointers. He's apparently survived the zombie apocalypse. another game with a lot of fiddliness. I have been doing a little bit of investigating into that because, like I said, that's coming in the near future. I don't know if it's going to be a video series or a stream, but that's definitely happening. I bought that back during the last Steam sale. Okay. Battery's fine. Okay, O2's fine. Still fine on charge. Getting pretty low, but until it runs out, it's fine. We'll know when this runs out because he'll run to the bathroom to go pick up that screwdriver that's in there. They're not smart enough to change out their own batteries on auto, are they? If I just got one and put it in his backpack. Man, that would be nice. Repair 36X. Beautiful. Yeah, this was definitely a bathroom right here. With these sinks. 1000% doubt they'll change the batteries. Okay. Wishful thinking on my part. Yeah, here's one of those vents I was talking about, actually. Yeah. Air vent closed. King FF series air vents commonly found on ship parts, life support system. I believe you have to manually reopen these. We go back to that. Hang on. Let's cancel, open. And then if it senses deep pressure, it'll close. I'm pretty sure that's how those work. I wonder what was out here that blew up. Was that just parts from the wall that exploded, I guess? Only the auto vents do that. They're green and not red. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't not install normal vents then. I would definitely get the auto vents. Yeah, starting to actually look like this place is somewhat livable. Although, oh no, those aren't sinks, those are bins. Wonder what they had in all these. I mean, I guess I didn't loot them. Like, what would you keep in this room other than just extra air tanks? Manual, just stay how you leave them. Yeah, that's more danger than anything else then, frankly. I'd rather just have doors I hold open and then manually close when we're having an emergency. Imagine all the feng shui you could do with that event. Gotta balance my elemental stuff in here so I can cultivate better. Get me some dragon feathers and dragon feces, or phoenix feathers and dragon feces. Little cultivation simulator for you there. I don't think you get the sell value for stuff in bins. Okay. Yeah, if we get that far, we'll poke at that. Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna run out of time before we get that deep into it. It's just, I wish we could run on 16x, but this was chugging so much I was concerned we were gonna actually have the game crash. So, just gonna have to eat it at 8x speed. Would you repair that bed? I'm kind of interested in that. It's gonna literally save. Oh no, he's not gonna do that because it's gonna be a repair. Yeah, it's better to finish the walls. You've been playing Cultivation Simulator while you watch the RimWorld playthrough because you don't have the DLC. That'll play. That'll play. How deep in are you? That I will say one thing about Cultivation Simulator. Very, very deep game. Some of those mechanics pretty half-baked, but there are layers upon layers upon layers in that game. I put so much time into that, and I definitely would not consider myself a master of that. I had to learn so much from that Discord. You're grinding the first character? Okay, you got a ways to go. Okay, yeah, get that floor done. Okay, well, we are rapidly approaching the 4-hour mark, and I definitely cannot be late today. Tomorrow's my first day back at work, so I need to actually clean up a little bit more and get a few things ready so I can wake up extra early and head to work. So let's go take a peek. I want to see how much value we've gained just from the repairs here for our final act. So let's bring that speed down a little bit. Let's go check and see how we did. Good luck on work. Yeah, it'll always be a little bit to get used to it. I really enjoyed my summer schedule. I won't lie. I really enjoyed the summer schedule. It fit in nicely with my natural sleep pattern. And, you know, 4 hours of hanging out with you guys, a couple hours of break and some lunch, 4 more hours. I could do that forever. Clobbered by a memory of love now lost. Oh, all right, be sad. All right, step 1. Give me a ship rating. Did it go up at all? Take it easy at work. Well, it's not what the boss would say. Yeah, it's going to be meetings, and trainings for a while. Okay, no changes here, which I wouldn't really expect that to be different. Yeah, because we need to up the maneuverability by adding more thrusters. Condition is still A, which has not improved, weirdly enough, after all those repairs. All right. Drum roll, please. Okay. Nope, the repairs were worth it. So when we finish repairing the ship, which I noticed this did not get rid of that hole, interestingly enough. When we finish the repairs, I would say we'll probably pass 911,000. We still have a good third of the ship to do. And like things like the medical bed, when we repair that, will be a big bump. Because when they're broken, they're worth like nothing. So the medical bed sells for like 50 to 80K. So, well, you buy it for 50, 80K. So it's probably worth 20 or 30K on this. And if we add a door and it triples the price. So I think in the end, this would be a profitable ship. I do think so. So I'm relatively happy with that. The hole is the floors with, or the walls with no floor. I guess it could be, but they should be vertical, not horizontal. That's maybe what's throwing me off. I mean, that's fine. Like, it's not gonna hurt us, but unless we take the walls out in the middle of space and decompress ourselves. So just food for thought. Okay, let's actually, before I forget, since we're also here, no, not trade. I want medical service, and we will get the nanites, do it, pay for it, do it. All right. Someday, June will be fully pain-free. There we go. Okay, let's make a save here, and we want it on the regular save. Overwrite. Okay, so for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, I don't exactly know what my schedule is going to be. The one thing that for sure will happen is Dominions. Videos will continue to release on Tuesday. These streams will continue to be Friday, although they will be 2 hours later than they've been over the summer, because I'm just not home before then. Other than that, though, I'm not sure what my schedule is going to bring. Vaguely, I'd like to keep the schedule like do a Sunday kind of long stream and then a Monday, Wednesday stream, 3 or 4 hours. But I don't know for sure, especially this week. I'm just going to need to like fix my sleep schedule a little bit and whatnot. So again, as always, I encourage you to join the Discord so you'll get notified if I do. Like tomorrow, we may do something. I may just stream some Mechabellum or something kind of low investment just to keep up the pace. I don't want to let myself get lazy and stop working on it. Or I may work on some videos and try to get a little bit of video catalog built up. So if you're a member, watch for some members first stuff coming up here. I gotta get back into the swing of that. I've been enjoying myself streaming way too much rather than making videos. I definitely prefer to hang out with you guys than talk to myself into the mic making videos. So I need to get back into the swing of it though. So it'll have to happen. Okay, from there, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this stream. If you're not currently a subscriber, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back. If you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks, a super chat, or consider becoming a member. If you want to support in a different location, there is a Patreon linked in the channel info. I consider Patreon a tip jar, but you can connect your Patreon to Discord and get into the file channel the same as the YouTube membership. Beyond that, I'm going to try to get into the habit of clicking run an ad before I end stream. So if you want to hang out and give me a penny or two, that would be appreciated. Otherwise, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow evening and sometime during the week. At bare minimum, I'll see you guys for Dominions. So that's going to be it for me. June and Razor and Babel out.